modifiers will give MLBB a refreshing change of pace and provide new experiences for players throughout the season. Enjoy the new Battlefield Draft.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our special anniversary version preview. Today, we're thrilled to showcase a ton of new content coming in the patch. So, let's jump right in. First up is Battlefield Draft, MLBB's latest event that will implement temporary Battlefield modifiers based on your votes. Each modifier effect slightly alters the Battlefield rules. For instance, with the Super Entourage effect, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane. These diverse gameplay effects will challenge your hero selection and game strategy. We hope to make MLBB fresh and exciting for players new and old, and provide new gameplay experiences throughout the season. Meet Suyo, a wandering exorcist from Juan, who wields the power of the immortal Noir. He's a versatile hero who can switch between assassin and fighter roles on the fly. Each of his skills are essentially 2 skills that can be tapped or held to unleash completely different effects. We can't wait to see the brilliant plays you will achieve with him in-game. We've added additional visual indicators for some hero skills, so players can more accurately see where the skills will land. We've also optimized the visual indicators for certain skills, making them clearer and easier to identify. In addition, we've optimized the attack recovery animations for marksman heroes, making their basic attacks more fluid and improving kiting overall. This time around, we've optimized the underlying logic to make hero movement much more responsive. This change should make actions like stutter stepping much smoother in the future. We understand the login experience wasn't great for players on less powerful devices, which is why we've redesigned the login process and optimized our code to make login faster and reduce other login issues. That wraps up our anniversary version preview. We hope everyone will have a blast with all the new content. And we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Battlefield Draft is an exciting new event coming soon to MOBA Legends Bang Bang. This event will introduce temporary battlefield modifiers throughout the season that you get to vote on, and each of these modifiers will add or alter certain battlefield mechanics. For example, with the Super Entourage modifier, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane, making it easier for your team to demolish the enemy's turrets and base. Another modifier, River Surge, will greatly extend the duration of the River Current movement buff and create a River Current before the Lord spawns and when he is slain, increasing mobility around the river in the mid to late game. The Healing Turret modifier will make turrets grant HP regen to nearby allied heroes, reducing early game downtime and encouraging more aggressive play. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more temporary battlefield modifiers coming in the future, so stay tuned. First, get votes by completing tasks. Then head to the voting interface to cast your votes, and don't forget to claim your rewards. The battlefield modifier with the most votes at the end of each voting stage will be implemented. Once live, the modifier will be displayed in the ranked lobby and during draft pick. We hope these temporary battlefield modifiers will give NLVP a refreshing change of pace and provide new experiences for players throughout the season. Enjoy the new Battlefield Draft.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome back to Vortex Esports Championship Day 6. And from today, we are going to be starting the round of 16 between the best 16 teams who have made it this far in this tournament. So, today we are going to be having 3
I am
matches,
not the only
and that
one
are
bound
going
by
to be the
these
best of 3.
chains.
And right now, we are going with the match number 1, and which is between Team Tropicals and Team Fusion Prime. So, on the blue side we have Team Tropicals, and on the red side we have Team Fusion Prime. So from the side of Team Tropicals, they got the first ban and they will be proceeding with the Phoveus ban. Phoveus, recently the new patch just came up yesterday, and still Phoveus hasn't been nerfed or buffed. So I guess banning Phoveus is a really good idea, like a really good plan in here, because he is so dominant right now. So he is either to be banned or to be picked. And first banning Phoveus is not
I see
questionable in my
lots of
opinion.
prey.
And on the side of Fusion Prime, we are seeing the Roger ban as well. So by far, they are
Who
just
said
going
there are
with the
no
meta bans,
shortcuts
and
in
there
life?
goes Six
I
as well
literally
from the side of
invented
Team
one.
Tropicals. I don't see any pocket kind of bans or respect kind of bans by far. So both of the teams have been quite doing well in this tournament. They did survive the best 32 and they are on the round of 16 right now. But from this series, only one victor will be proceeding for the quarterfinals of Vortex Esports Championship. So Fusion Prime are yet to ban their hero, and I guess they are going to be proceeding with another meta hero, which can be the Jushin or the Zask, or even something like Ling, Hayabusa. There are many possibilities. So let's see what are they gonna go with. Last 5 seconds, I guess, is remaining for the ban, and
Butterflies
yes, they
born
will
by
be
the
banning the
wish
Jushin this time.
guided
a mid lane ban coming up from the side of Team Fusion Prime. So
Still
this is
waters
an
run
expected
deep.
ban in my opinion, and they will be getting rid of the link as well from the side of Team Tropicals. And in my opinion, this drafts like this bans are quite valid, and it is so far so good for the side of both of the teams. So from the side of Fusion Prime, I guess we are going to see another meta hero getting banned. They are not going with any pocket bans by far, and the last 20 seconds are remaining for the side of Fusion Prime to be banned. And first banning Phobius is also was a good idea. Banning the chip is also good. Ling is also good. Jushin and Roger is also quite viable to be banned. But Roger recently got his nerf, so but I haven't tried him yet. So still, like, playing safe is quite okay. So they are getting rid of the Roger and the Lolita this time. So Lolita could, I don't think banning Lolita so early in such an early phase of the draft would have been a good
My
idea.
mission
But
is to
from
protect
the side of Team
lives.
Tropicals, we are seeing the Hylos instantly getting picked. The Ruby was also open for the side of Team Tropicals. They could have been proceeding for the Ruby, but Hylos, considering Hylos was also open, so going for the Hylos is quite valid in my opinions. And we are going to see the next two picks from the side of Team Fusion Prime. And by far, I think they are going to be proceeding with something that is in the meta. And there you go. There goes the Ruby for the side of Fusion Prime. They will be locking in the Ruby this time. And another pick is yet to be made from the side of Fusion Prime. So I think they will be going with something like, okay, Carmilla. They are going with the Carmilla so early on such an early point of the game. And Carmilla's Curse of Blood can really be a game changer in team fights. But Valentina is also open and she can copy the Curse of Blood as well. So Valen is also open for the side of Team Tropicals. And if they have a Valentina user, then they should definitely be trying to lock in the Valentina, because Valentina is quite a flexible pick in my opinion. So going for the Valentina wouldn't be quite bad, but I guess we are going to see a golden Harith coming up. Okay, there comes the Valentina as well as the Harith. So yeah, that was kind of predictable, I would say, if they are like deciding to lock those heroes. And yes, that is going to be the Valentina as well as the Harith getting picked. Valen is going to the mid lane, and Harith, as expected, is going to the gold lane. By far, both of the drafts looking quite solid. And Fusion Prime, they decided to pick the Carmilla on such an early stage of the game. And from the side of Fusion Prime, we are seeing the jungler, the Hayabusa, getting picked as well. The Ling is banned. The Fanny is still open. In this patch, Nolan has also got some buff, so maybe Nolan would also be a good idea for the side of Team Tropicals.
Even
But
the
we gotta
squirrel
see
gets
what
their
they gotta
parents'
go with.
name to
And
thank me.
from the side of Fusion Prime, we are seeing a Bane ban as well as the Aurora ban, followed by Team Tropicals. They are going to be banning or locking in those meta heroes. So quite expected draft in my opinion. But you know, I just noticed one thing, and that is Zask got his nerf, so he hasn't been banned yet, and he was open the whole time. But none of the teams decided to prioritize Zask as for their first pick or the second pick. So I guess he got some nasty amount of nerf in this patch, maybe. So that is why they are like still questionable, like questioning the ban on the Zask, and they are not picking it as well. So we gotta like wait for Team Fusion Prime to make the final ban, and I think that is going to be something from the meta itself. And there you go. I, in my opinion, I think they are Fusion Prime are planning to go with the Teresla, but Teresla getting instantly banned as soon as I mentioned it. Because seeing the Xbox ban, they are like they would have been trying to lock in the Teresla, but that Teresla won't be picked because he has been banned. And for the side of Team Fusion Prime, they are yet to pick their mid laner as well as their EXP laner. And there you go, they are going to be proceeding with the Lunox. The Lunox pick, and this Harith maybe might be going to the jungle. We haven't seen Harith on the jungle on tournaments for quite a long time. So I think that is going to be something worth to watch. But we gotta see what Team Tropicals are gonna go with as the final picks. And the Minstar as well as the Alpha is still open. So yes, they are going to be locking the Alpha as well as the Mincy. I don't see this Harith going to the gold or going to the jungle anymore. He will be proceeding to the gold lane as expected. And I just thought he might be going to the jungle seeing the retribution, but no, I was wrong. So the final pick coming up from the side of Team Fusion Prime, they should be going for an EXP laner because Ruby is quite flexible as well. So I think they are going to be proceeding with an EXP lane because Ruby can be played on the gold lane as well quite well. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the draft. And I don't think they are going to be going with the Faramis because Faramis is not going to work on this lineup. And they already have the Lunox as their mid laner. Oh, wait a minute. This Lunox is going to the gold lane, guys. And this Ruby is going to the EXP lane. So they have decided to pick the Faramis. But Faramis against the Valentina, I don't know. Like, why would you pick the Faramis against the Valen? And this Lunox going to the gold lane is okay. But still, against the gold lane Harith, it's okay. But still, they have the Valentina. So picking Faramis can be a bad idea, but still, we are yet to see some action happening to the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the match number 1 of this round of 16, and it is going to be between Team Fusion Prime and Team Tropicals. On the blue side, this time we have Team Tropicals, and on the red side, we have Team Fusion Prime. So I guess we are going to be diving into the land of dawn as soon as these loadings are done. Looking at the drafts, both of the drafts looks quite solid. They like, but in my opinion, like Team Tropicals have a better draft compared to Fusion Prime right now. But you know, it's all about the team composition as well as the communication as well as your teamwork. So Valen is a really good pick, but still, Team Tropical, Team Fusion Prime could still manage to pick off a victory here. So we gotta wait for it, like wait for the team fights, wait for the initiations. So this is going to be the best of 3, and both of the teams are 0-0 right now, and that's pretty much it for now. Both of the teams just trying to focus on their objectives, and by far no team fights yet. Harith is going to be like sticking with his tower for now. They have the Carmilla as well as the Faramis on the top side, so no post initiations by far. This Harith has been like Harith went for the vengeance spell instead of purify, so I guess that is pretty much valid. We could have gone for the purify as well, but Valen will be retreating from the mid lane. She will be trying to play more safe in this game, and Alpha is trying to clear his buffs as soon as possible. Minsita trying to get the hook but not able to do so, and there comes another team fight, and the Carmilla will be forced to flicker, and a complete waste of resources in my opinion, but she will be able to save her life and will be able to make an escape. The turtle is about to spawn on the next 25 seconds, so we gotta wait for the next turtle for any engagements yet, which hasn't been done from the both of the sides. And on the EXP, we are seeing a Ruby versus Hylos, and Ruby is getting quite pressured right now from that Hylos, but Ruby does still has her life steal, so I don't think she is gonna be overextending, considering there is literally everyone on the bot side right now. So the turtle has already been spawned, and both of the teams will be contesting for the turtle. Alpha is trying to take the safe side. Haya is still taking his blue buff, and Ruby trying to make an initiation. She just got low level 4. I guess she does have it, her I am offended as well. Alpha will be forced to retreat. Hayabusa just joining into the turtle fight as well. And there comes Alpha, might be taken down. There comes the Alpha Charge trying to make an escape. And there comes the first blood from the side of Carmilla. The Curse of Blood was able to secure the kill on that Alpha. And they will be forced to retreat. Faramis ult has popped as well. Hylos will be trying to retreat, but a double kill for that Carmilla. This is not looking good. A triple kill for that Roamer. Oh my god. Like the Roamer was able to pick off 3 kills as well as the Turtle, a 3-for-0 trade, and this is not looking so good for the side of Team Tropicals. And meanwhile, on the top side, Lunox is literally getting the free gold. Lunox was able to dominate the Harris as well on that lane, so she got plenty amount of gold for now, and she will be playing quite safe in her. Meanwhile, Hayabusa just acquired his Sky Piercer as the first item, and they will be trying to pressure the top lane right now. Minsita is on the team fight as well. He can use his King's Calling if any initiation happens in there, but Lunox will be retreating for now. I guess she doesn't have a mana, so he decided to retreat. And so far, Team Fusion Prime are leading, even if their drafts are uh, kind of weak compared to the Team Tropicals, but still they are able to pull it off by far. And this Lunox is trying to pressure the Harriet, and meanwhile, Hayabusa comes in with the shadows, trying to make the Ogi shadow kill has been used as well. The Curse of Blood has been used as well. Paramis is able to take that kill on that Harriet too, and Lunox with the light mode ultimate was able to make an escape and deal some decent amount of damage as well. Haya was able to pick a kill on that gold laner from the side of Team Tropical. So by far, Team Fusion Prime looking so dominant in this game. They are, even if they are kind of out of drafted, they are doing so well right now. And this Alpha is trying to, there comes the glorious pathway from the high loss. The Revitalize has been used as well. The hook has been landed, and he is still able to make an escape. I think Minsita doesn't have his King's Callings yet, and the turtle is going to be spawning. There comes the I am offended from the Ruby, and Paramis will be forced to use his ultimate as well. And Paramis is able to take down that kill on that Valentina, and there comes the hook from the Minsita, not able to get any trades. A 5-0 point in terms of points too, and you know Team Fusion Prime are already leading with over 3k gold lead, and Paramis with the killing spree in their Alpha tried to take his blue buff, was not able to do so. A complete dominance even on the enemy's jungle right now, and Hylos with the glorious pathway trying to make an escape in here, but Carmilla's Curse of Blood will be able to stop him, and Lunox is able to get that kill on that Hylos once again, and they will be trying to take down that mid tower as soon as possible. Valentina looking quite on a bad position. She is forced to use a flicker. There comes the Ogi shadow kill from that Hayabusa, is able to get a kill on that Valentina as well. She will be taken down on the process, and on the mid side they have their minions as well, and they will be pushing the tower. They are successfully able to push the tower. Meanwhile, Alpha is able to get his red buff, but Paramis is kind of poking him on the top side. We don't see any competition for the Lunox by far. Carmilla is waiting for that Harith on that top lane. Even if he tries to initiate with the Zaman Force, he won't be able to do so. Lunox just retreated. I think he was lacking kind of mana, but the damage has already been done, even on the gold side. And Team Fusion Prime are leading so hard right now. They almost got the 10k gold lead as well. Valentina does have Paramis ultimate, but there comes another team fight as well. Hylos is trying to get pulled out, and we are going to see another fight, but they will be forced to retreat. Both of the teams decided to retreat this time. They have the majority of members. Team Tropicals have the majority of members on the bot side, or 3/2, so they decided to not take a team fight on there. So they just decided to retreat for now. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Ruby is trying to poke that Hylos once again. She doesn't use her I am offended yet, and the turtle is about to be spawning anytime soon. There comes the I am offended. Valentina might be forced to use her ultimate, but she is able to escape this time. The tower is already down as well. 3 people already pressuring the bot lane, and the Menses are trying to get the hook on the Lunox, but she does have her light mode to able to make an escape. Yeah, this is going to be an uncontested easy turtle for the side of Fusion Prime once again, and they are dominating by far in this game. Alpha is getting pressured in that. There comes second skill from that. Minsita trying to make some pokes on that Paramis, but not able to do much. And Paramis is trying to make a pull, and he uses his alpha charge in order to escape, and he is able to make an escape. Meanwhile, Minsita also uses King's Calling, caughting no one. An absolute waste of resources. Look at this Ruby trying to poke in. Oh my god, the flicker and the first kill just got missed from that Minsita. There comes Haya with the Ogi Shadow kill, is instantly able to take down that Harith. Even the vengeance was not enough to take like was to endure the damage, and the Harith was instantly taken down. Ruby might be using her I am offended in here. There are 4 people on the bot side from the side of Team Tropical, and they don't have the minions as well. Their minions are almost come. There comes another minion wave as well. Hylos trying to make an initiation. They will just be trying to clear out the minion waves as well. I think there comes another initiation. Glorious pathway has been used. The curse of death has also been used. Paramis ultimate has also been used. There comes the alpha charge, and quite an extension coming up from the side of Team Fusion Prime. 2 people have been taken down, and there comes the double kill as well. A 3-for-0 trade for the side of Team Tropicals, and this might be another comeback, but no, Haya is able to take down that Minsita instantly. And a 3-for-0 trade. They tried to dive into the towers, but the minions was instantly cleared out. The glorious pathway was able to slow them down, and 3 people were killed in there. Meanwhile, Alpha making the alpha charge in here. Paramis will be forced to use the ultimate, and Valentina is able to get a kill on that Lunox. And Paramis is forced to escape, but I don't think he's going to be making it an unstoppable for that Hayabusa, instantly getting that kill on that Valentina, and a triple kill for that Haya once again. Oh my god, this Haya is dominating by far, and Mincy will be trying to get the hooks once again, but he is not able to do so. I think Team Fusion Prime just needs to be waiting for the Lord and trying to sync the lanes and end this game as soon as possible. And Haya might be initiating another team fight in here. I don't think he has the Ogi Shadow kill to get that kill on that Mensatar, and he will be retreating. The Lord has already been spawned, and Team Fusion Prime should be focusing on getting the Lord this time. And I think most of the members are already in a position to take the Lord. So I guess they will be going. No, Haya is able to go in. The legendary coming from Hayabusa is able to get that kill on that Valentina with that Ogi Shadow kill. And they are contesting for the Lord this time. And I think this is going to be an uncontested Lord, considering Carmilla making so much pressure on that Alpha. Alpha not able to join to the Lord dance. And Haya is instantly able to get down the Lord. He will be taking his blue buff as well. Haya just acquired his Malefic Roar and Lunox with the Holy Crystal as well. They have max kind of damage. Their core items are almost done, and Fusion Prime are leading by over 9k gold lead right now. And there comes a pull from the Paramis. Alpha using the Alpha Chat. The Glorious Pathway has also been used from the side of the Hylos, and Team Tropicals will be forced to retreat. There comes the Dark mode from that Lunox. Paramis is able to get a kill on the head. There comes the ultimate from the Paramis, the copied ult from as well from that Valentina. But Valen looking quite in a bad position, and the pull from that Paramis is instantly able to take down that Valentina once again. Now 2-for-0 trade, and the Lord is marching from the mid side. This might be pretty much over. If they are not able to defend this, then it is pretty much gone, because another wave of minions are also coming. There comes the Glorious Pathway from the Hylos. The Lunox is trying to dive in, but she's not able to do so yet. And Team Fusion Prime looking kind of. There comes the command post from the Harriet, and there comes the Alpha Charge as well. Lunox is able to get the kill on the Harriet, and Haya is with the legendary once again. And they just need to be waiting for the minions. It's pretty much over for three Tropicals in here, and there is the triple kill for that Hayabusa. A complete one-sided domination coming from the side of Team Fusion Prime, and this game goes to the side of Fusion Prime, and they are leading with 1-0. An absolute menacing performance from the side of Team Fusion Prime. They were able to dominate so hard, and this Haya didn't even got killed once, and his shadows as well as the Ogi shadow kill kept landing onto the squishy heroes like the Harriet as well as the Valentina. Even to the Alpha, when it landed, Alpha was also taken down, and he was able to he acquired the Sky Piercer as his first item, and he was able to get good more than enough stacks to take down those squishy heroes as well as some tanky comps as well. This Haya will be the MVP for the side of Team Fusion Prime, and that initiations from Carmilla as well as the Faramis ultimates was able to like dominate so well on that team fight. Even though Team Tropicals had the advantage with the Valentina, they could have done so much more, but they were picked off so hard. The Faramis ult was also copied, but they were still not able to do much. So, people, we will be back with game number 2 as soon as possible. And Fusion Prime are currently leading with 1-0, and this is going to be the best of 3 series. And whichever team wins this time, the best of 3 series, then that team will be qualifying to the quarterfinals of Vortex Esports Championship. So, we will be back, guys. Stay tuned.
dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our special anniversary version preview. Today, we're thrilled to showcase a ton of new content coming in the patch. So, let's jump right in. First up is Battlefield Draft, MLBB's latest event that will implement temporary battlefield modifiers based on your votes. Each modifier effect slightly alters the battlefield rules. For instance, with the Super Entourage effect, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane. These diverse gameplay effects will challenge your hero selection and game strategy. We hope to make MLBB fresh and exciting for players new and old, and provide new gameplay experiences throughout the season. Meet Suyo, a wandering exorcist from Juan, who wields the power of the immortal Nuo. He's a versatile hero who can switch between assassin and fighter roles on the fly. Each of his skills are essentially 2 skills that can be tapped or held to unleash completely different effects. We can't wait to see the brilliant plays you will achieve with him in-game. We've added additional visual indicators for some hero skills, so players can more accurately see where the skills will land. We've also optimized the visual indicators for certain skills, making them clearer and easier to identify. In addition, we've optimized the attack recovery animations for marksman heroes, making their basic attacks more fluid and improving kiting overall. This time around, we've optimized the underlying logic to make hero movement much more responsive. This change should make actions like stutter stepping much smoother in the future. We understand the login experience wasn't great for players on less powerful devices, which is why we've redesigned the login process and optimized our code to make login faster and reduce other login issues. That wraps up our anniversary version preview. We hope everyone will have a blast with all the new content. And we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Battlefield Draft is an exciting new event coming soon to MOBA Legends Bang Bang. This event will introduce temporary Battlefield modifiers throughout the season that you get to vote on, and each of these modifiers will add or alter certain Battlefield mechanics. For example, with the Super Entourage modifier.
So welcome back everyone with match number 1, game number 2, and this is going on between Team Fusion Prime versus Team Tropicals. This time on the blue side we have Team Fusion Prime and on the red side we have Team Tropicals. So Fusion Prime is currently leading the series with 1-0, and this is going to be the match point for Fusion Prime, and if Team Tropicals wants to survive in this tournament, then they need to win this game in order to survive and force it to a game number 3. But by far, seeing the first game, Fusion Prime dominated by so far, and I think if the drafts are like, if they are able to
My
get the
mission
comfort
is
picks
to
as well
protect
as the meta
lives.
heroes, then Fusion Prime might have another advantage. But you never know until the match is done. From the side of Team Fusion Prime, they are getting rid of the high loss this time. The high loss was not banned on the previous game. It was picked, but didn't quite work out for the side of Team Tropicals, and this time, Fusion Prime is getting rid of that Hylos as well as the Minstar coming up from the side of Team Tropicals. These both of the heroes were picked on the previous game, so both of the teams have decided to ban both of these heroes. So we will be proceeding with the third ban coming up from the side of Team Fusion Prime, and I think that is going to be another meta hero they will be banning, like the Jushin or the Roger or even Hayabusa. Haya was picked on the previous game, so I think Team Tropicals might decide to ban Hayabusa considering how well Fusion Prime was able to capitalize with that hero. So Fusion Prime are yet to ban their hero, and I think they are discussing which hero would be banning. And there goes the Phobius ban. Phobius is really dominant right now, so he is either to be picked or to be banned as expected. And Team Tropicals going with the Jushin ban once again, and Jushin is also quite viable ban in my opinion. She got some adjustments, but I think her second skill CC is still as annoying as it was before. So if you are like aiming for a damage CC, then you can go for the items like the Sky Piercer, but still Jushin is quite annoying. So they decided to ban the Jushin this time as well from the side of Team Tropicals, and Fusion Prime are also yet to ban their third hero and the Roger, Hayabusa. So many options are there, as well as the Ling. So we gotta see what they are
Who
going to be
said there are
banning,
no
and this is
shortcuts
going
in
to be the
life?
Chip.
I literally
Once again,
invented
Chip
one.
is getting banned one more time, and we won't be seeing Chip for game 2 as well. The Chip getting banned quite
Still waters
expected, to
run
be
deep.
honest, because he
Your
was
team
banned on the
is
previous game
picking.
as well. And from the side of Team Tropicals, we are seeing the Link ban. In my opinion, both of the drafts
I
look
see
quite
lots of
fair,
gray.
Your
and this
team
time
is
the
picking.
Roger was open, so Fusion Prime immediately going for the Roger pick this time. And this Roger can be going to the gold lane too, but Roger got some
Everything
adjustments on
engulfed in
this patch, so I
flames.
think he would be
A
better as a
punch for
jungler
a
in this
punch.
Your team
in
is
this
picking.
lineup. But from the side of Team Tropicals, are they relying on the comfort heroes this time? Because they decided to pick the Valir as well as the Paquito as their first picks. So I kind of doubt that those picks. If they are able to work it out well, then good for them. But in my opinion, they could have been gone for something else. But anyways, they proceeded with the Valir as well as the Paquito as the first picks. And from the side of Team Fusion Prime, we might be seeing another Harith game coming up from them. And Harith was, I guess, previously was picked by Team Tropicals and it didn't quite work out. But Harith is still really good on the gold lane. And the Khufra coming up from the side of
This
Team
land is our homeland,
Fusion Prime
and it
this
Your
will
time.
team
soon
is
be
And
our
picking.
there
burial
comes
ground.
the Lapu Lapu as well from their side. And these are quite solid heroes, in my opinion. Like, the Lapu is,
You
after
put
his
the only
revamp, he
injustice
has
in the
always
world.
replaced his spot in the meta. He is like he doesn't get banned, but he still gets picked. So Lapu is quite a really good pick on the EXP lane, and he is strong right from the start of the game as well. So they decided to go with the Lapu. From the side of Team Tropicals, we are seeing a Chow, and I most probably think this Chow is going to the room, considering the Paquito has already been picked. And from the side of Team Tropicals, we are seeing the Hayabusa ban. On the last game, we saw what Fusion Prime was able to do with that Hayabusa, but this time, I guess they are going to be picking the Roger as their jungler. So banning out the junglers might not be quite worth it because Roger is quite flexible. Even if a really good assassin is not banned out and Fusion Prime decides to pick it, then they can go for it because Roger can be played on the gold lane as well. So they will be banning the Lolita out. Maybe they are planning to go for some attack speed marksman like or or even Melissa or something like that
As
because they
fleeting as a
decided to ban the
snowflake
Lolita.
breath, as
And from the side of Team
timeless as a
Tropicals, we are
glacier's
seeing an
heart.
expected Aurora ban, I would say. And Aurora is really good on this meta too. And I don't see Zas getting banned once again from both of the sides. So I think it's pretty much valid to say that Zas got pretty hard nerf. Both of the teams are not even prioritizing him as well as banning him. He's like literally forgotten right now. But
The
we are yet to
hunt
see the games, what
begins.
is going to be happening. And from the side of Team Fusion Prime, they are going to be banning the Ruby. Ruby would have been really flexible pick. She could have been she could have gone as a goal laner, so they decided to ban Team Fusion Prime decided to ban
I'm
it.
bound
And
by nothing, be it family
okay,
or
this is
destiny.
looking like another comfort pick for the side of Team Tropicals. They are proceeding with a Gushen on the jungle. So I would say they are relying with their comfort heroes more than expected. And Team Fusion Prime, in my opinion, has the better draft this time. Even though they were, I won't say they were outdrafted in the previous match because it might be one of the strategies they picked out the Faramis, even though they saw the
Pain
Valentina and
is
it
the
was able to
proof that
work
I'm
out
still
anyways.
alive.
From the side of Team Fusion Prime, we are seeing the Brody pick on the gold lane this time, and we might be seeing a Guinevere on the mid lane.
It
Guinevere?
ain't
No,
just a
no, no,
game.
no. It is going to be
You
the
gotta
god.
fight
I
for
was so
yourself.
like, I was kind of flabbergasted seeing that Guinevere on the mid lane because I haven't seen her on the mid getting picked.
I do
Even
what
on
I
ranked
want
games,
to
I
do.
don't see her much these days. And from the side of Team Tropicals, they are be going to be locking in the Tyroth. And this time, from the side of Team Tropicals, we are not seeing a marksman. So either Paquito or Dyroth is going to the goal lane. So both of the drafts, in my opinion, Future Prime has the better draft compared to the Team Tropicals. But even if that is the case, okay, I think Team Tropicals might be kind of trolling because they decided to go full KOF skins this time. They might have thought that they are unbeatable, so let's just enjoy the tournament lobby and enjoy the skins. But you never know. Okay, this is going to be the game number two of match number one, so it is match point for Team Fusion Prime. And if they are able to win this game, then they will be proceeding to the quarterfinals of this championship. So, looking at the draft, as I said it earlier, Fusion Prime does has the upper hand, but we gotta see what they have to like, what they have
Welcome
on
to
their
MOBA
arsenal
Legends.
to show us. So we are proceeding to the land of dawn,
5
and this is
seconds till
going to
the enemy
be
reaches the
Fusion Prime on the
battlefield.
blue side this time,
Smash them.
and Team Tropicals on the red side this time,
All troops
and
deployed.
they are just going to be focusing on their objectives. And we are seeing some test recalls on that mid lane, and Gushin will be focusing on his jungle now, and Fusion Prime will be focusing on their jungler as well. The Grimlock being picked. I don't see this skin much often on tournaments. And Khufra with the jump, trying to take an early kill on the Walid. Then Chow also trying to join in the team fight. Chow is quite squishy right in the start of the game, so he needs to play a bit safe. And Gushan is just trying to get his buffs and trying to be level 4 as soon as possible. And by far, there is not much being done. Brody is already pressuring that Dairoth on the gold lane, and he is kind of retreating and trying to play safe right now. And Brody is trying to get his gold minions, trying to get as much gold as possible. And there comes the first kill landing onto that Dairoth, and Dairoth might be forced to retreat. There comes the jump from that Kufra. If Brody has the turn apart memory, then he would have been able to secure the kill, and that kill will be going to the hands of the Kufra. That really good jump just came up from the side of Team Fusion Prime. And in terms of gold, I guess already Team Fusion Prime is quite leading, and this Chow is trying to make some pressure on the gold lane, trying to make sure Brody doesn't get as much gold as possible. And the turtle will be spawning in the next 15 seconds. So yeah, by far it's looking quite good for the side of Team Fusion Prime. Look at this god poking that Gushan. Fusion Prime has a better draft, so they have the upper hand on this game as well. And that Chow is trying to get some vision. The jump coming up from that Kufra, he will be forced to retreat. He needs to be retreating because he doesn't have that much of HP, as much of a tank on the early stages of the game. And there comes the turtle as well. So I guess Fusion Prime are on a better position to be contesting the turtle. Gushin just got his blue buff and he will be joining into the team fight as well. But Kufra trying to make a jump again. Lapu looking quite low, but he is able to make an escape. There comes Dairoth trying to make a play, but Dairoth will be taken down from the hands of the Lapu. That was quite a trade. Lapu was able to beat the Dairoth and even able to get the kill. But meanwhile, on the bot side, Brody is solo killed by the hands of the Paquito. And Paquito and Dairoth looks like they have swapped lanes as well. And Chow will be forced to retreat. He doesn't have that much of an HP as much of a roamer is supposed to have, considering he is played as an EXP laner. You can play the damage Chow as well as the roamer Chow, considering your builds as well as the emblems. And Brody is trying to get the gold and his first items as soon as possible. He can go with the Blade of the Heptases as well as the Sky Piercer, but it depends on him. If he is confident on getting the kills, then definitely he should be going with the Sky Piercer first. So by far, the game looks quite on the side of Team Fusion Prime. They got their first turtle as well. We might be seeing another skirmish coming up on the bot lane. But Chow is trying to make a dive. The way of the dragon won't be connecting in by far. And Roger is able to get the kill thanks to the beautiful jump from that Kufra. Might be a double kill as well. But Dugushan joining into the team fight, but not able to do much. The gold tower from the bot side is almost gone, and Valir will be forced to retreat. He doesn't have that much HP to engage on team fights as well as like trying to burn them down with his ultimate. So he will be retreating. And God trying to make the pressure once again. Chow is trying to make an initiation to the way of the dragon. Won't be connecting. Gushan maybe is not. No, he's not able to secure the blue buff. And God is able to get that kill on that Valir. A beautiful Mystic Force just came up from him, and he is able to secure the kill this time. And the turtle has already been spawned too, so it's almost about to be spawned as well. So I guess Fusion Prime will be focusing on getting the objectives as well as the buffs and the turtle as well. I don't see this Gushan anytime trying to be contesting for the turtle, and he is still trying to get his red buff, so he won't be able to join. This is going to be a free turtle for the side of Team Fusion Prime, but Lapu is able to get the kill on that Dairoth, a 2v1, and Gushan is able to join and able to get that kill on the Lapu, but he was literally doing a 2v1 on there and was able to get that kill on that Dairoth too. So quite a trade in my opinion. They have lead in terms of kills as well. Fusion Prime have over 2k gold lead already, and the gold towers just got resetted, and Brody is trying to make that pressure on that Paquito. Chow will be trying to join in as well. He looks quite on a bad position, but Kufra is there to cover up for him, and there comes some vision from the side of Kufra, and Brody tried to stun the Chow with his second skill, but not able to do so. We might be seeing an ult from the Kufra, but he is not engaging anytime soon. And Wali trying to make an initiation with his ultimate, and they won't be able to do much. The gold lead is almost like too much considering how long that this game has been, and it's all like it's not even been 6 minutes, and Team Fusion Prime are leading with over 4k gold lead right now. And Roger trying to dive in, but he won't be able to pick off any kills by far. But I think they will be able to get that bot tower, considering they have three members on on the bot lane. So they will be able to get the bot lane tower quite easily. And you know, in my opinion, Team Fusion Prime, this would be quite an easy victory for the side of Team Fusion Prime, considering Team Tropical's performance as of now. And Fusion Prime are not letting it slide in. They are focusing on their objectives and trying to end this game as soon as possible. Trying to join into the team fight. There goes the Roger, and Roger is able to secure that kill onto that Chow. There were like four people waiting for him on that bush, and he was immediately taken down from the hands of the Roger. The turtle has already been spawned. The ice retry has been used from the side of the Roger, but still Gushin is able to make an escape. And there comes the beautiful ult from Kupra, and there goes the Gushin as well. A killing spree, a 2-for-0 trade for the side of Team Fusion Prime, and this will be another uncontested turtle for their side as well. Chow will be trying to make an initiation onto that god with the Way of the Dragon, but I don't think he will be able to do so. They are being forced to retreat, and Lapu trying to dive in with his ultimate, and Lapu is diving in. God is able to pick up the kill onto that Chow, and I'm seeing an absolute one-sided match, and God is able to secure the double kill with his ult once again. He is just trying to poke that Tyroth here, and Tyroth might be taken down. Roger has also joined into the team fight. There comes the Petrified from him, but he will be taken down from the hands of the Brody, and they will be able to get another tower as well. And I think Team Fusion Prime will just be waiting for the Lord and try to end this game as soon as possible. And the Brody is also dealing some decent amount of damage now, and Paquito waiting for that Kufra onto the lane. Christian is trying to go in, and he might be going in. No, he won't. He will be retreating, because even if he got that kill on the Kufra, he would have been taken down. And God is trying to make another Mystic Force play, but he will be retreating, and they are just trying to be focusing more on their objectives. This is going to be the 6th tower for the side of Team Fusion Prime, and they were able to secure all of the turtles as well. So they are quite leading over 8k, 9k gold lead right now for their side. And Team Tropical is looking quite on a bad position as well. They have been outpositioned and outplayed as well. So I think it would be better if Fusion Prime doesn't exit. There comes a Mystic Force from the god. Brody is able to secure that kill as well this time, and Paquito trying to make some plays, but he will be retreating. Like, this is looking like a one-sided game in my opinion. The round one, it was kind of contesting, but on this round two, I don't know what is up with Team Tropicals. And the Lord is about to be spawned. On the next 5 seconds, the Lord will be there. They will be going for the Lord, and I think it would be better that Fusion Prime will also try to end this game as soon as possible. Even though Team Tropicals doesn't have that late game kind of composition, but still, like, overextending the game can quite cost you, and the Roger has already started to take down the Lord as well. We might be seeing another team fight coming up, and a Mystic Force has not been used. Chow will be retreating with quite low HP. The Lord has been taken down, and there comes Lapu trying to make an engine. What a damage! Look at those damage from the Lapu is able to get that kill on that Didot once again, and of 1-for-0 trade by far, and they don't have the hours. Oh my god, a beautiful Mystic Force just came up, and unstoppable for that god. Walid was instantly taken down, and I guess this game is pretty much over. They only have one minion, but there comes the torn apart memory from the Brody, not able to get the kill, but still able to do the damage. And there comes another wave of the minions, and this game is so over. It's over, and Fusion Prime will be qualifying for the quarterfinals of Vortex Esports Championship. What a dominant play just came up from them on the game 1 as well as on the game 2. And the MVP of this match is going to be that god. Man, his Mystic Force were mostly connecting, and he was able to contribute to the team so much. So he is the deserving MVP in my opinion, and he will be the MVP of this match. And from the side of Team Tropicals, I don't think there is much to be said, because looking at their drafts, I kind of knew like Team Fusion Prime will have the upper hand, and they were able to end this game on only 10 minutes, and the game was over. And Fusion Prime will be qualifying to the quarterfinals of Vortex Esports Championship. We will be back with more matches, and we are yet to see who will they be facing on the next stage of the round. And congrats to Team Tropicals as well for making it this far on the round of 16. But the journey is gonna be ending here, and Team Fusion Prime will be proceeding to the quarterfinals of this championship. So we will be back soon as possible, guys. So stay tuned.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Fighting for. No one would ever know your name. Who are you waiting for? No one would be there to save you. You would be alone when hope was gathering together with the sun. Even though your back's to the wall. One strike, go cut the monkey mind. Your blade swing one time. When clouds have cleared, sunlight can shine. One time, the fight is yours, stop it with your sword. There's endless power once you start. Never lose your heart. Tonight is dark and the shadows are deep. Who can protect the world? A light of hope shines in the dark. One strike, I swear by people's side. Keep faith just one time. I'm gonna light up all the fires. One strike, for my desire, I light up so bright. Inside the power in my heart, I'll defend the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our special anniversary version preview. Today, we're thrilled to showcase a ton of new content coming in the patch. So, let's jump right in. First up is Battlefield Draft, MLBB's latest event that will implement temporary battlefield modifiers based on your votes. Each modifier effect slightly alters the battlefield rules. For instance, with the Super Entourage effect, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane. These diverse gameplay effects will challenge your hero selection and game strategy. We hope to make MLBB fresh and exciting for players new and old, and provide new gameplay experiences throughout the season. Meet Suyo, a wandering exorcist from Juan, who wields the power of the immortal Noir. He's a versatile hero who can switch between assassin and fighter roles on the fly. Each of his skills are essentially two skills that can be tapped or held to unleash completely different effects. We can't wait to see the brilliant plays you will achieve with him in-game. We've added additional visual indicators for some hero skills, so players can more accurately see where the skills will land. We've also optimized the visual indicators for certain skills, making them clearer and easier to identify. In addition, we've optimized the attack recovery animations for marksman heroes, making their basic attacks more fluid and improving kiting overall. This time around, we've optimized the underlying logic to make hero movement much more responsive. This change should make actions like stutter stepping much smoother in the future. We understand the login experience wasn't great for players on less powerful devices, which is why we've redesigned the login process and optimized our code to make login faster and reduce other login issues. That wraps up our anniversary version preview. We hope everyone will have a blast with all the new content. And we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Battlefield Draft is an exciting new event coming soon to MOBA Legends Bang Bang. This event will introduce temporary battlefield modifiers throughout the season that you get to vote on, and each of these modifiers will add or alter certain battlefield mechanics. For example, with the Super Entourage modifier, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane, making it easier for your team to demolish the enemy's turrets and base. Another modifier, River Surge, will greatly extend the duration of the River Current movement buff and create a river current before the Lord spawns and when he is slain, increasing mobility around the river in the mid to late game. The Healing Turret modifier will make turrets grant HP regen to nearby allied heroes, reducing early game downtime and encouraging more aggressive play. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more temporary battlefield modifiers coming in the future, so stay tuned! First, get votes by completing tasks. Then head to the voting interface to cast your votes, and don't forget to claim your rewards. The battlefield modifier with the most votes at the end of each voting stage will be implemented. Once live, the modifier will be displayed in the ranked lobby and during draft pick. We hope these temporary battlefield modifiers will give NLVP a refreshing change of pace and provide new experiences for players throughout the season. Enjoy the new Battlefield Draft.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Fighting for, no one would ever know your name. Who are you waiting for? No one would be there to save you. You would be alone when hope was gathering together with the sun. Even though your back's to the wall, one strike goes are deep. Who can protect the world? Our light of hope shines in the dark. One strike, I swear by people's side. Keep faith just one time. I'm gonna light up all the fire. One strike for my desire. I light up so bright. Each all the power in my heart. I'll defend the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our special anniversary version preview. Today, we're thrilled to showcase a ton of new content coming in the patch. So, let's jump right in. First up is Battlefield Draft, MLBB's latest event that will implement temporary battlefield modifiers based on your votes. Each modifier effect slightly alters the battlefield rules. For instance, with the Super Entourage effect, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane. These diverse gameplay effects will challenge your hero selection and game strategy. We hope to make MLBB fresh and exciting for players new and old, and provide new gameplay experiences throughout the season. Meet Suyo, a wandering exorcist from Juan, who wields the power of the immortal Nuo. He's a versatile hero who can switch between assassin and fighter roles on the fly. Each of his skills are essentially 2 skills that can be tapped or held to unleash completely different effects. We can't wait to see the brilliant plays you will achieve with him in-game. We've added additional visual indicators for some hero skills, so players can more accurately see where the skills will land. We've also optimized the visual indicators for certain skills, making them clearer and easier to identify. In addition, we've optimized the attack recovery animations for marksman heroes, making their basic attacks more fluid and improving kiting overall. This time around, we've optimized the underlying logic to make hero movement much more responsive. This change should make actions like stutter stepping much smoother in the future. We understand the login experience wasn't great for players on less powerful devices, which is why we've redesigned the login process and optimized our code to make login faster and reduce other login issues. That wraps up our anniversary version preview. We hope everyone will have a blast with all the new content. And we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Battlefield Draft is an exciting new event coming soon to MOBA Legends Bang Bang. This event will introduce temporary battlefield modifiers throughout the season that you get to vote on.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. This is Vortex Esports Championship Season 2. And today we have 2 very excellent teams with us. It is ETHEREAL REVERIE versus the Troopers. And it will be a best of 3 series, and this is match 2 of tonight, and it is the game 1 of round of 16. I am Ray, your caster for tonight and this match, and I'll be joined by a really beautiful voice. Asuya, how are you feeling today?
Hello everyone. I am pretty excited to be here today because I've seen both of these, you know, teams fight before, and it was a pretty amazing match. So, moving on to the bands, we see the same standard bands, but recently we got this new patch and we saw Zushin getting a bit nerfed, and at the same time, other heroes were also nerfed like Hylos, Roger, Zask, and yet they still remain in the meta. They are still getting banned over there. So, Ray, why do you think they are getting banned?
Well, actually, the nerfs were, they did hit hard, and it did affect the early phases of these characters. But once it reaches on to the late game, they get back their power spike that was, the same before the nerf, because that is the way that the patch notes have adjusted it. So you can kind of dominate against the Roger as well as the Chushin and Zask in the early phase, but at the same time, if the opposition is able to hold off late enough and get that level 2 and the max passive on them, they will be able to utilize the pre-nerf passives. So I think players just do not want to risk that. They do not want the Roger and Jushin to be start dominating as the game progresses towards the late. So instead of gambling at a chance of early domination, they just wanted to ban it out, and we see that both of them have already been banned out. I think that is the probability, the reason, as we head on to the first pick from the side of Ethereal Reverie. What do you think they would be prioritizing right now?
Well, a lot of picks are open, but since the recent nerfs, I don't know if people are still picking chip because while playing rank, I didn't see many chip players out there, and Hylos has been picked for the first pick. Well, I have seen that Balmond, he's still dominating after his recent buff. Even Sicilian has become a pretty popular pick. So, what do you think, Ray? Will we see these two picks in this draft?
I really hope that I would be seeing some unconventional picks coming in soon. But it could be that, that since people have played in the meta for most of the season and the patch now just dropped in like yesterday, I think people will have hard time switching from their comfort picks, and they might not be going for the heroes that are buffed. So they might just be skipping it and going for the heroes that they're comfortable with. And we are seeing the same thing happening as the Lunox as well as the Terizla has been locked in from the side of Troopers. Terizla as well as the Hylos has received a few adjustments and their early game potential has been nerfed. So these two heroes really need to play out a little bit of safe in the early game, or they might be proving us wrong as well as showing that they do not care about the nerfs. So let's see what type of strategies both teams will be going. Will they be playing safe, or will they just go head on like a really strong engage coming in the early phase as we head on to the last pick before we will proceed to the four bans from both sides? What do you think would be like a good ban right now? Do you think it could be a marksman, or we might see a roamer ban?
Well, obviously, we are gonna see some marksmen or even a jungler ban because neither of the teams have yet to pick a hyper. So I believe a Julian could be a good pick here, or there are many other picks still open like Balmond. And as I said, Julian has been picked for that hyper. At the same time, I'm still debating that will that Lunox go towards the gold lane or will she be the mid lane mage? What do you think, Ray?
Lunox's utilization in the gold lane is, really, really amazing because she really needs that gold for her Sky Piercer as well as that glowing wand early on. So gold lane is the efficient way, but some people, they like to proceed with a traditional marksman or something else on the gold lane instead of a mage. So we might see her going for mid lane as well. Well, we'll have to wait for the last more picks from both sides to see which lane will this Lunox will be going. And by the way, Asuya with her great predictions again. She did predict that Julian, and we saw the Julian coming in. I was predicting an Alpha or a Bane, but I was not right. So, amazing prediction from your side, Asuya.
That's just luck, maybe. But there's like, Lolita is still open. Meanwhile, Edith is also open. So I think like there is an option of picking up an edit too if by the red team because the blue team already has their EXP laner and also their tank which is high loss, and even if they wanted to change that high loss to EXP, we already have an EXP laner. So what do you think, Ray? Will an edit be coming up or not?
Now, this pick might be coming in because she did receive an adjustment. Apparently, Edith for the whole season was not able to convert her passive, the defense to magic damage ratio properly. So it has been fixed right now, and she should deal more damage at the moment. So I do hope to see an Edith, but maybe they might not be going for it, and they might be just going for a traditional marksman as well as a jungler pick. So we'll see from the side, like both sides, what they will be going for. And just like you predicted again, the Lolita has been banned out, and the carry is very self-explanatory because she will melt that Hylos really, really easily after the nerf on his defenses. So a very understandable ban coming in, not to mention that alpha ban from the side of Team Troopers who do not want to deal with that alpha charge or any form of true damage uh, happening from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. And we might be seeing just traditional, picks like the marksman and jungler. And what do you think would be the last pick for the side of Team Troopers who have yet to pick a mid lane or a gold lane for themselves?
Banish all darkness.
Well, that's what I was debating about. But since there is a Lancelot there, maybe picking a Claude could be a good option here because he has his second skill to dash in and dash out. And at the same time, like I was mentioning before, there could be an edit pick, and it would be a pretty good pick because they have that Vexana, they have that Brody, also they have that Lancelot who could follow you till you die. He doesn't let you retreat. So Ray, what do you think? Will she be locked or not?
The Edith will be a really good pick right now, but that might be a little bit too much magic damage for the side of Team Troopers because they have mid laner, they have magic jungler, so they will be proceeding with the Beatrix on that gold lane against the Body. I am really curious how it will go because Body outranges Beatrix really, really well before level 4, so Beatrix might be facing a little bit of trouble on that gold lane, but Minotaur, is there to help her out. So we might be, seeing a little bit of older rotation, like the tank helping out the marksman, and we are on to the final drafts from both teams. That both teams are already locking in all their heroes as we will be proceeding to the Land of Dawn. Which draft do you find is more stronger in composition and synergy at this point, Asuya?
Well, if you ask me, both of them are pretty brilliant. Like, just look at them. They have early game potential. Both of them, like, the troopers have that Julian, they have that Lunox, and even Terzla. At the same time, the Ethereal, they have that Vexana, they have Mobius, they have Brody, and even Hylo. So I really do not know whom to support. I really love both their drafts. So I think at this point it will be a play of skills. It will be a play of which team is better at gameplay, at like whichever team is able to execute the synergy better would take the crown in this game. And ladies and gentlemen, we head on to the Land of Dawn and we see both the junglers just taking their buffs and small poking going on in that mid lane. So we just have to wait for some skirmishes going on there. So Ray, on to you.
Absolutely, I mean, agree with you about the executions as well as the the synergies that depends because both teams have really, really strong drafts. The Fovius and Terizla both are really strong EXP laners. The other one not being, more dominant than the other. So it will be a gameplay of personal, individual timing, skills, and synergy from both sides as we see the. Julian is already diving in, trying to take down that Hylos perhaps, who is charging in really strong, but Hylos does use that Revitalize, trying to get away. Minotaur with that Flicker, trying to escape at the sliver of HP. Julian poking a little bit with his enhanced first skill, but they will be going away without any casualties on both sides, as Minotaur will just recall without losing his life. And we will be seeing the turtle coming in soon. Julian is still going in strong, trying to take down the Vexana. The Vexana has exhausted the Flicker and he will be punished for heading on so strong in the early phase. And that first blood goes to the Lancelot of the side of Ethereal Reverie, as the turtle is going to be spawning in just 5 seconds. This might be an uncontested turtle unless that Julian is really confident and will be coming back soon to the turtle lane.
Well, I agree. That was too overconfident on the part of Julian because he was completely alone over there, and like jungler giving up his buffs while he gave that first blood, and we see Julian trying to, take that silver of hope maybe for that turtle, but I think the turtle will be reset. And at the same time, that in the top lane, Beatrix has taken down that Brody, and we see the small skirmish going on here at the turtle lane, and that beautiful ultimate from Minotaur. But Julian has taken down that jungler, and at the same time, we see Hylos and Vexana trying to run away, but Julian will follow. And I don't think though he should, go in like before. He might just die. But at the same time, I think they'll be trying to. No, they won't be trying to take that red buff. What a beautiful team fight over there. Like that ultimate from Minotaur literally changed the entire game, and the way that Julian stole the turtle. What do you think, Ray?
I think it was a great exchange for the side of Team Troopers, as well as that Julian who took the revenge on that Lancelot for that first blood on himself. So, and there were so many resources being popped off left and right. I think Vexana was not able to use her Eternal Guard. I was not able to see because I was focused on the minion for Fury from that Minotaur, as well as the penalty zone coming in from that Terizla. There were so many resources being, used left and right, and the one that was able to come out at top on the turtle fight was the Team Troopers. But it is still quite early on to the game, and it is still too early to judge, but it looks like Team Troopers are leading on with a little bit of advantage to their side. And not to mention, just like you were able to notice it quite quickly, it was the Beatrix taking down that body, which was a loss on the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, who were not able to prize. And we see a skirmish going on the bot lane as Phobius is trying to sustain between the three people, but it is just not enough. That vengeance just did not help against the burst that is coming from this Julian, who is already level 8, 2 levels ahead of that Phobius, as we are seeing the turtle is going to be spawning in soon. Julian heading it towards the turtle and trying to get it. Hylos is a little bit in an awkward position. He does try to poke in, and he is successful at wasting the brilliance from that Lunox. And I think we will be seeing a turtle engage coming in soon, as Lancelot has already proceeded in with that Phantom Execution. Minotaur also using that Minion Fury. Beatrix uses her ultimate, that bombardment, onto the team, but they just heal away. And Julian is doing a sneaky play, waiting for a right opportunity. Lunox charging in with that Chaos Ultimate. That beautiful sniper coming in from Beatrix, taking down that Hylos, but this turtle has been taken down by that Lancelot, who secures it really, really well. Team Troopers trying to retreat from that engage, as they have lost to the jungler as well as the roamer. And an exchange also in the bot lane. Looks like we are seeing an exchange going on between the side lanes, where the Team Troopers are dominating and they have gained 2 more kills onto their side. What a beautiful coordination from the side of Team Troopers. What was your analysis on that team fight, Asuya?
Well, pretty nice gameplay there, especially, last turtle, Julian came in with his dash and stole that turtle, and this game, Lancelot stealing that turtle. At the same time, we're seeing like the same, thing in the side lanes too. Once Brody takes down that Beatrix, and the next game it's Beatrix taking down Brody. The same time we have Terizla and Phobius showing the same thing. And I see that there might be that gang going on for, to kill that Beatrix maybe, but we're just waiting it out right now. Like Beatrix is playing so safe because maybe she has realized that she might get ganked, and at the same time Hylos goes in and the turret has been taken down. Well, I don't understand, it's a pretty one-on-one trade at both the sides. So, what do you think, Ray?
Yes, the turret prioritizing from the side of Team Ethereal was good. We might be seeing Phobius losing to that Terizla again. Phobius really needs to play it safe a little bit, because he, just gave out 2 kills to the side of Why Not Me on that Terizla. And if he gave it out one more time, Terizla might get a little bit way too fed, and that might not be spelling good for them. But the Terizla getting taken down would be a good thing for his side as well. But we do know the Terizla is just way too tanky to be taken down, so it might not spell well for the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, who is losing their EXP lane. they were able to push that gold lane, but it might not matter that much because the Beatrix has already joined in on the team fights. Brody not looking for a push and is trying to engage on the turtle. Lancelot is already charging in with that Phantom Execution. We might be seeing a penalty zone coming in from Why Not Me, but he will be taken down. The Phobius, the Revenge coming in from with that Primal Rat, and the Minotaur has also been taken down as well. As we see, the turtle is actually taken down by the Lancelot with his retribution. We might be seeing a really strong comeback coming from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, who has caught the momentum, who has caught, taken two turtles under their name, and they have taken out the Julian, they have taken out the Terizla, who was dominating on the EXP lane, as well as the Julian. And we are seeing things are happening, like looking good for the side of Team Ethereal Reverie.
Well, I agree with you. Like, that Brody joining in the team fights was like a boon for Team Ethereal Reverie, because he just got his, Malefic Roar, and the way he's dishing out that damage. With that range, he can just be behind in a pretty good position and still deal immense damage at the same time. So, yeah, and Vixen are trying to poke that Beatrix. They are trying to push that mid lane turret too now that they have taken out the top and the bottom, but I don't think so they'll be able to do that. Like, look, like now Ethereal Reverie, they have got that farm. They are like, especially that Vexana and Brody have a pretty immense damage. And at the same time, in that team fight over there, taking down that Terizla was a big thing there, because he was literally locking down that mage. He was trying to lock down all the squishy heroes, but as he was taken down, the entire team like almost got wiped out, and we see that Lancelot is trying to charge in, deal some damage, but I think he should just back off because it's too far ahead into the enemy territory. So, Ray, what do you think what troopers need to do now? Because I think they are lagging in gold and even in kills right now.
Yes, they are lacking behind in 3000 gold at the moment, and we see an engage happening on to the blue buff. Julian will be taken down immediately by that Hylos. Lancelot is charging in with that Phantom Execution, but I think he will be taken down by that Terizla's first kill that connected onto him. Why Not Me securing that kill onto PZY, and we are seeing the score has evened out completely, as we are seeing the domination from the side of Ethereal Reverie. It might be a little bit too much for Team Troopers right now. I think what Team Troopers really need to do is utilize the Minotaur and the Terizla and do more flicker combos onto the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, because the only way they can win these team fights is trying to catch them off guard, because if they're heading on face, Vexana will use her Eternal Guard, Phobius will use that ultimate to jump onto the back line, Lancelot will use the Phantom Execution to dive onto their backline, so they really need to do more, surprise plays, because if they keep going head on, their Julian will keep getting taken down like this, who has been, he is already like 4 deaths under his name, so he really needs to play safe and look for an opportunity to take down that body or that Vexana. But we are seeing a lot being secured without any contestant coming from the side of Team Troopers, and it does not look good for the side of Team Troopers, who are lagging behind on that experience as well as the gold right now.
And we see Julian, missing out on each of his kills, and he will be punished for that. And at the same time, even Terizla missing his ultimate. Oh my god. They are lagging behind in kills, they are lagging behind in gold, and just look at them, the way they are just throwing it now. Especially that Julian, like he is being haunted by that Hylos, because every time there is a team fight, I see that Hylos sticking to that Julian, stunning him. It's like they have some conflict from their previous life or something, because I only see him targeting that Julian. And there is skirmish going on in the mid lane. Will the turret be taken down? But no, it was overextension on the part of Ethereal Reverie, and as a result, 2 of their gamers have been taken down. And I think it will be a maniac for that Lunox. What a throw! They should have just maybe not played the way they did inside the turret. I think they will be immensely punished for this, because the entire 5-man team is like marching down the mid lane. What do you think, Ray? Will that solo Brody be able to defend?
I think he might be losing the inhibitor because but I think not, because the teammates are already here and they will be backing off. This is what I was trying to tell you about the Minotaur and the Terizla Flicker combo. That sneaky surprise catching them off guard was really strong, but I think they are trying to give them the punishment for that engage, as Minotaur has already been locked in. Terizla diving in with the penalty zone, but Julian was able to secure the kill onto that Brody, who was mispositioned and way too ahead. And I think Julian will be chasing that Hylos, but no, he will be going away. And Terizla is also trying to retreat, as Beatrix has been locked down by that Phobius and will be punished for that engage. But I think Phobius just goes away with a sliver of his HP, barely making it alive, and lives to tell his tale another day. And I think Team Troopers, they just need to do the same thing again, like catch them off guard. The Team Ethereal Reverie, they need to be caught off guard by the Minotaur and the Terizla Flicker combo coming in. Not to mention the Lunox's Chaos ultimate, as well as the Brilliance and Beatrix's ultimate. Like, they're really like one hit. Like, they have to do their one-hit wonder, and after that they use their skills, they will not be able to do anything. And that was what was happening too, that Julian, who was wasting his skills and missing out, and he was being punished, but he was able to secure the kill onto that body right now. And we are seeing back and forth going on between the teams, as the Lord will be spawning in soon. Do you think there will be contestant coming from the side of Team Troopers?
Well, I don't think so. Like, I think at this point they just need to defend. If they charge in, I think it would be a pretty hard deal. Like, just look at that Phobius. He's trying to charge in and deal some damage, and all the team goes in, and Minotaur's ult, but he will be taken down by that Lancelot, and at the same time, the damage coming from that Hylos, reducing their HP. This is what I was saying, that Eternal Reverie has too much damage right now. They have that, back. The heroes who can target the back laners, the damage dealers, so they need to play safe just like before, but they did that mistake of going in front instead of clearing the lanes. Maybe they should have tried to split push, but that Hylos got punished for like going there. And as Lord marching down from the top lane, so what do you think, Ray? Will they be able to defend this Lord?
The Minotaur has respawned in, so I'm not really sure, but the Hylos is charging in with that glorious pathway. The Lord still being at full HP. Terizla charging in with that penalty zone. Minotaur is also using the Minion Fury, and we are seeing the same thing happening again to the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, who are getting, Flicker ulted. Like, this is what, I'm like talking about. Like, the Flicker ults from the side of Team Troopers is really strong. The Terizla and Mino combo is just way too overwhelming for the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, and they almost got wiped out twice by that thing. Right now, Hylos and that Vexana were taken down in that combo, so they just need to watch out for that combination coming in from the Terizla and Minotaur. I really hope to see the Winter Truncheon on to the side of Vexana, who is getting caught like a lot of times. I mean, you can see that she has not secured any kills and she has died twice right now. So I do hope to see that she will be going for something defensive. So let's see what they will be proceeding with, as both teams are just playing it safe, trying to get resources, trying to get the minions and farm. Phobius is going on to the top lane, looking for an engage perhaps. But I think both teams will just be playing it safe until the next Lord, which will be coming in a minute.
Well, the problem from the side of ERV was whenever they go near the base trying to push it, there's literally only Hylos or only 3 members there, and I don't see the Phobius, nor do I see the Lancelot there. So yeah, if they're contesting like that, it's for sure that they'll be taken down, because they shouldn't underestimate the damage of that Lunox, of that Beatrix, and especially as you mentioned, that combination of Minotaur and Terizla's ultimate. So yeah, and at the same time, I think troopers need to catch off guard that Lancelot or that Vexana, because I see a lot of chain CC and they are not being like unable to do anything in front of that Vexana if they are getting caught once. And especially that Phobius diving into the front lane with all that knockbacks. He's literally disrupting their entire team organization. So yeah, and I think it will be another free uncontested Lord for ERV. And I don't think so Troopers should come in because they have made a mistake like this earlier too. What do you think, Ray? What will happen now?
I do not understand why both teams are repeating the same patterns again and again. And we see the Lancelot is charging in with the Phantom Execution to the backline. Beatrix uses that Wind of Nature to survive from that Lancelot and takes him down and punishes him for that engage. Four is charging in, but Lunox will be taken down by that Beatrix this time. Julian was taken down by that Hylos as well, as we see that Winter Truncheon coming in from that Vexana, but it was too late. Beatrix does secure that kill, as Brody and Hylos are the only ones, alive from the team Ethereal Reverie. I don't understand why both teams are repeating the same pattern of mistake over and over again. Like Team Troopers diving in after the Lord has been taken instead of before the Lord, and like after the Lord, the team Ethereal Reverie is also charging in onto the turrets, and they are losing. Like this is another Lord wasted, in my opinion. Like this has happened
Yeah.
almost 3 times, so I'm not sure why both teams are just repeating the same mistakes over and over again. What do you think, Asiya?
Well, it's true. They should have waited for the Lord, and yes, the Lord has been wasted. I don't understand if the troopers are, doing this on purpose to bait the entire ERV out, so that as soon as they have taken down the Lord, they can just engage and take down some of the members, just like it's happened for the second time now. Like they should wait for the Lord. They should try to, take down that Lunox first, because after all the CC which the Terisla and the Minotaur is providing, Lunox is just, destroying them with her chaos ultimate. So yeah, this game is overextending at this point. It could have ended way before if they do not repeat the same mistakes they are repeating. And at the same time, I see that Julian, he doesn't have a proper aim, I guess, because I see him missing his skills a lot. Because Julian in the team, he can, use his invincible dash and take the Vexana down pretty easily. But I see him not being able to do that. So, what do you think, Ray? The next Lord, will the same thing happen, or will it be a like complete go down for troopers?
I mean, like Troopers had lost their inhibitors on that first load already, so this game has been dragged on for way too long. So, I mean, this is the third log that was taken from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, and it's way too late already, too dragged on. But we will be seeing another lot spawning in from, and I think Ethereal Reverie will be the one taking it again. But I hope they do not repeat the same mistake. Like they do not need to charge in when Team Troopers are coming in after that lot, because just like you said, this could be an intentional strategy from the side of Team Troopers, because I mean, it has proven effective, right? Because Team Ethereal Reverie has been taken down multiple times, and they have wasted the Lord 3 times because there were not enough people to push in. And this might happen again, or Julian onto the top lane. Hylos with a really odd positioning will be taken down by the Julian and Lunox combo, but Julian's combos are just not hitting well, and he will be taken down as by that Vexana. We see an engage coming in, and this time I think Team Ethereal Reverie is not making that mistake. They are not taking that Lord. They are trying to engage with the Team Troopers, trying to back them away so they cannot engage this time and push them into a corner. And it looks like they have learned from the mistake, as they have taken down the Julian, and this will be a free Lord, and I think Team Troopers will not be able to engage as well. Or will they? Because I see them charging in. Asiya, what do you think will happen?
Well, I think that Phobius will surely be taken down, like just as I said, but the Lord has been taken down by the Lancelot. Just look at that one-on-one trade. Like previously it was Hylos to Julian, and now it's Phobius to Julian again.
Luna.
I don't know.
Julian.
So yeah, that Lancelot trying to take down that Lunox because he knows she's the one dealing the maximum damage right now. And Lord marching in, Tesla trying to defend, even Minotaur is trying to defend, but I think they should just retreat towards the base, or else Minotaur will be taken down, because at this point they have too much of a damage. And Lancelot diving in. Minotaur hasn't used his ultimate until now. Maybe he's looking for a point, but no, he'll be taken down. And Lancelot has taken down that Lunox, so since Lunox has died, I don't see any more hopes for troopers anymore. And ladies and gentlemen, ERV takes this match. They are the champions. Well, it was to be expected because since the first Lord, they had all their turrets down. So, Ray, what is your analysis of the game?
Yes, and I think like if this game could have ended for quite early on, I do want like hope that team Reverie will be able to prioritize on their objectives next time properly and not engage on any more misfights, and they will try to end early on because this game was dragged on for too long. We are seeing 22 minutes under that clock, and this time I think the reason they were able to win is because they did not lose too many bodies, and not to mention the 21 minutes Lord was way too tanky for the side of Team Troopers to take down that easily. And that Lord was still marching in on that base at full health. And that's why they lost this game. And we will be heading on to match two between these two teams, and I hope to see perhaps there would might be a comeback from the side of Troopers, or there might be an utter domination from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. Let's head on to the next game, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Who are you fighting for? No one would ever know your name. Who are you waiting for? No one would be there to save you. You would be alone when hope was gathering together with the sun. Even though your back's to the wall. One strike, go cut the murky mind. Your blade swing one time. When clouds have cleared, sunlight can shine. One strike, the fight is yours, stop it with your sword. There's endless power once you start, never lose your heart. Tonight is dark and the shadows are deep. Who can protect the world? A light of hope shines in the dark.
Team is banning.
Hey, welcome back to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be game two between Ethereal Reverie and Team Troopers, as Ethereal Reverie was able to take the first victory from Troopers and scoring a match point to their side. And we will be seeing Team Troopers perhaps trying to make a comeback to get a point for themselves and, giving us a game three, or we might be seeing Team Ethereal will be dominating way too much on the side of Troopers, giving and taking the victory on ending the game series on 2 games only. And anyways, I am Ray, your caster for tonight, and I'm joined by Asuya again. Say hello, Asuya.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to game two. Who will decide that which team will move on ahead towards the crown? So, Well, talking about the bands, I think we'll see the same bands there, or maybe they could, get some new picks because I just saw those same meta picks at the same time. But I think like the Julian pick there wasn't too effective, so they would be
My
banning
mission
Julian this
is to
time.
protect
What do you think,
lives.
Ray?
Is banning.
I think they might not be banning the Julian out because I think the PZY being on that land slot was already dominating, so they can ban out that land slot unless they think it's not a huge issue. And after all, we saw that PZY was really menacing on that land slot, who was able to use the Phantom executions really well, heading on to the back lines. He did make a few mistakes, like overextending, but other than that, it was a great gameplay coming
Team
on
is
from his
banning.
side. So I think they will not be banning out the Julian, but they have banned out the Hylos, who was
ETHEREAL,
a
your
menace to
team
deal
is
with in the
banning.
last game, despite the nerfs onto his defense, HP, and attack growth. Not to mention the nerf to the Thunderbelt. Hylos is still such a formidable foe in this meta right now that people are still, terrorized of him, and they had to ban him out. I mean, he was charging onto the back line, trying to
Your
take down
team
that,
has
and
literally
we
invented
see
one.
an odd ban from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. They have banned out the chip this time, which I think the chip was completely open in the first match and it was not taken by anyone. What do you think of this
Shadow
odd
of
choice of
Trinity.
ban from the side of Team
Fatal.
Is
Ethereal
picking.
Reverie?
I don't know because a lot of heroes are still open. Maybe they're just, trying to save that one meta hero for themselves. Like, just like Ling hasn't been banned, but Hayabusa isn't banned either. So they must be thinking maybe that if Hayabusa has been picked, we might get, grab onto that Ling before he is banned. But at the same time, I think there is, even though all these assassins are still open, we still have a Kufra who is never banned. And I was going to mention that Minsitar, who literally counters literally most of the heroes in the game because every good hero has a dash. So as I was talking about a Kufra, we see a Kufra on the screen and Minsitar. Oh my god, this
Is
time
picking.
this was too much for my predictions.
So yeah, always so right with her predictions. I think you should start, doing divinations because you are so correct about the predictions. I think they picked the Minsitar and the Kufra for, I think, two reasons. Well, the first one is obviously to counter any dash heroes, including the Hayabusa, and they also want their Ling to not face any issues if they're picking a Ling or the Lancelot who can be countered by these two heroes. So they are prioritizing picking them to make sure that they are not countered by them. And you are definitely right with the predictions again, Asaya.
Always on the
Well,
way.
I think,
Your
in
team
this
is
game,
picking.
they should pick a better mage, maybe a CC mage. They already have, like, that Hayabusa, so. Oh, they will be picking a Kagura. That is pretty weird. I don't know why they would be picking that Kagura because Kagura is good only when there is a low HP enemy who cannot dash out pretty much. But we see troopers, they have a Matilda, they have that Hayabusa, and it will be hard for Kagura to catch any of them. And at the same time, Terizla would be pretty tanky for her to, burst down in a single instance. So, yeah. What do you
Pain
think, Ray?
is the proof
Your
that I'm
team
still
is
Oh,
banning.
the
alive.
Kagura was just for show off. That Soryu maiden skin being showed off by Meadows, and it will be Dark on Quack on that body again. I think they could have prioritized banning out that body as well, but let's see what plans they have, because the body was dominating really well on the last game with that,
Your team
AP
is
brand champion
banning.
skin on their name as well. It will be banning out that Lunox, who was the only one dominating from the side of Team Trooper. So they will just be saying, bidding her a goodbye and not wanting any of her chaos as well as her brilliance ultimate. Uh, being a nuisance to their team fights, and I think we'll
Well,
just be seeing one more
Still
respect ban,
waters.
and
Your
it is the
team
Ling
is
being banned.
banning.
Do you think the Lancelot will be banned out as well, Asaya?
I don't think so because um, I don't think so because I don't. Lancelot won't be pretty useful here because we have seen those three picks, and we haven't yet seen any other
I am
paper
the
picks, so
priestess of
it
primal
could
life
be
banning, the
an
hunter of
Edith
all the
ban.
evil
And
gods.
as I said, she has been banned. But at the same time, I have noticed this thing. Like they have picked that Mincetar, ERV has picked that Kufra, but they still go on ahead picking a Matilda. Why do you think that troopers have this Matilda in their draft, Ray?
I think because the Terizla lacks mobility and he cannot rotate fast enough, because he is such a heavy and slow hero. Not to mention, I think they are trying to ignore the Mincetar and they're trying to focus on that Kufra who might be
Where there
pinning
is
down that
light,
Terizla.
there are
So they
also
want to make sure that
shadows.
Terizla survives the ganks. And we are seeing the Louis being banned out instead. A very odd choice of bans from the side of team
Breaking wrong noises.
troopers. And
Music
oh
for
my
the
god, I was
brave.
actually not expecting the Kagura to be picked this game because just like you said, they have the dashes. So I'm not sure why Kagura was prioritized in this game. I'm not sure who will
The
she be able to take
freeing of a
down,
snowflake
but I think
breath.
the
As time
team troopers
moves,
just
the
made the
glaciers
answer easier by
part.
locking down that Aura who does not have a dash. Aura really, really needs to be careful this game if she wants to survive because she will be having three people diving onto her: the Mincetar, the Kufra, and not to mention that Kagura.
Well, I was about to say that Vexana is still not banned. She is still open. Even Aurora is open, and she is such a brilliant mage. But at the same time, the ERV they have Brody, who has such a long range. I think it will be a pretty hard time for Aurora if she tries
Your
to,
team is
lock
missing.
down to that Brody and tries to freeze him because of that range. And at the same time, they have that Kakura, who will not be frozen so easily because she has that Purify in her second skill and she can easily target that Aurora at the same time. So, picking Aurora can be a double edged sword here because she cannot target the two squishy heroes, which would be the best strategy out here. But at the same time, she can freeze that Mincetar. She can freeze the Gusion if he's trying to grab onto her. But we do not see a coup like we see a Martis being picked instead of that Gusion. So Ray, what do you think? Who has the better draft? Who has a better chance of taking this game? Will Troopers be showing us an epic comeback leading on to a game 3 or not?
We do see the both the picks have been finalized from the both sides, and I will be a little biased towards the side of Team Ethereal Reverie again because they do have the anti dash on their side, the Mincetar, the Kofra, who will be countering that carry and that Hayabusa. I mean, even the Matilda might not be able to get out of the ultimates if she is getting stuck, and she actually opted to go for a flicker instead of Purify, so I'm not really sure what was the spell choice, but at the same time, it's all about the execution and if the team troopers is able to play it safe and they are able to survive all the engages coming on from that Kufra as well as the Mincetar, we might be seeing a game 3 from the side of team troopers. But I think we are seeing a little bit of disconnection from team troopers who do not have the EXP as well as their gold lane. That might be a little bit of an issue, but they have also not asked for a pause. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading on to the Land of Dawn as both teams are preparing to head on to their lanes as well as their buffs as the jungler Hayabusa seems to be a little confused as well. I think he's proceeding back to his buff. I think we are facing a little bit of an issue on the side of Team Troopers. What do you think, Asuya? I think the game will be paused and because of the disconnections from the side of troopers and hopefully they reconnect and join us back onto the game soon. We will be back as the match will resume in a few seconds. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we will be resuming the match after the pause due to the connection on the side of Team Troopers. But I think they are back onto that game. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing the rhythm of the game happening onto us as both junglers are taking down their buff, but Martis was able to proceed it earlier because of some issues on the side of Hayabusa. And we already see Martis actually getting the first blood onto that Matilda. I think Matilda really needed to be careful because they were lagging a little bit behind. So it was a little bit of a misjudgment, and giving the Maris the early lead is a little bit of a nightmare because due to his decimation, he can get kills really well. Carrie might be seeing in a really awkward position as she's getting locked down by 3 people, and the decimation coming in from Maris, but it was the body who was able to secure onto that kill. Matilda being punished again, and we see complete domination at the first 2 minutes of the game as 3 kills are already been taken down from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. The turtle has spawned in. Hayabusa trying to contemplate what to do as he seems to be a little confused whether to take the turtle or not because he does not know the whereabouts of that Martis as well as that Kufra.
Well, I agree with you. At this point, ERV, they have that better draft. They are pretty far ahead in their goal, especially because of that technical issue which they had. I didn't even see them, restarting the entire draft and the match. And at the same time, we see that skirmish going on for the turtle, and obviously Martis takes that turtle, but Aurora has slain that Martis. What a gameplay coming from the side of Aurora, and I think that Aurora will be taking a double kill on that Kufra, and I think will there be a triple kill? And yes, she has taken that triple kill. Oh my god, and Hayabusa has been slain by that Kagura, the girlfriend, she is betraying her Hayabusa, and Aurora was trying for that maniac, but I don't think so she'll be able to take it down. So even though Troopers had that bad starting, they are back into the match, ladies and gentlemen, and I think there will be the marksman Brody will be ganked, but at the same time, Matilda has been taken down. Well, if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, Matilda without her equipments in the early game is pretty weak to damage, so she should, stop acting like a vanguard hefty tank and play a bit safe. What do you think, Ray?
The Matilda is playing really like a tank. I think the person playing her is not that familiar with the support because she's charging in like she's a tank. She's a support. She is like the same defense as the mage, so she should really play behind and just provide the support, the aid, the shield, and the dashes to her team from behind. And Aura charging in with that face coming in. Oh my god, this Aura is actually completely dominating to the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. If Team Ethereal Reverie really wants to win these gangs, they need to prioritize taking down that Aurora, who is going to be an absolute nightmare to their side. And we might see Terizla might be taken down, but no, Terizla coming in with that Uno reverse Aura coming for that backup, and she secures another kill. She is unstoppable corpse on that Aura, showing that they are still onto that game, that she will be carrying her team to the victory unless Carrie a very bad positioning on the top lane. I think like the marksman and the support from the side of Team Troopers, they need to play safe. They need to understand that there is a Martis as well as a Kufra, and they just cannot go in blindly onto the turrets. And they are paying off with it. They have 2 deaths as well as the Matilda dying 3 times, and they just need to play it safe because the Aura is carrying her team solo right now.
Well, when the Kufra pick was there, I was already expecting him to, gank in that bush. Like, look at him, he's still there, waiting for Hayabusa to come, waiting for that Matilda to come by. And I think that they will be going for that blue buff invasion, but Aurora trying to use her skills and freeze all of them. But I think they won't be successful this time. And that damage coming from their mage, and at the same time Aurora freezing 3 people, but the damage is not enough and the blue buff will be taken away. And that means that has also left his lane and has come back to assist his team ERV. And at the same time, we have seen that how that bad positioning from the carry took their top lane turret away. So It's like again back and forth of a pendulum. At a moment, troopers are ahead. At the other moment, ERV makes their comeback with that immaculate synergy and beautiful gameplay. So, Ray, what do you think about the team play?
I think in terms of synergy, the team Ethereal Reverie has the advantage because oh my god, we might be seeing Carrie being taken down again due to her really poor positioning. I think Carrie really needs to watch from the fighters because I think she's heading way too ahead. I mean, she's very confident in the early phases of the game despite being behind so much. And this is what I was talking about. Teresa being helped out by that Matilda's dash and Matilda with the Kaka diving in onto that Martis, and we are seeing the Kagura also using her ultimate onto the Hayabusa, and she was able to be taken down by that body who did overextend for that kill and was taken down by that Matilda. I think the key player for the team Troopers is that Aura who has Unstoppable under her name, but she's not able to do much anymore because the team actually really is now prioritizing trying to keep away from the engages. Carrie and Matilda need to watch their positioning because they are being taken down the most. Martis does take the buff and scoots away without any much issues as the last turtle of this game has already spawned in and he will be heading towards that turtle buff. I do not see the Hayabusa being able to engage any of the turtle because he's so behind right now. He only has 6 assists under his name, 0 kills, which is not a good thing for an assassin like him who really needs that snowball in the early game. So I think despite the Aurora being able to dominate onto the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, it is just way too one-sided for Team Troopers who are not able to make that much of an engagement on the team fights. What do you think, Asiya?
Well, you are completely correct that team synergy, the ganking of ERV is pretty good. Troopers are only making use of all the window of opportunity which they are getting after ERV has exhausted all their skills. So this is a big difference there between the two teams, and I think ERV will be taking that Lord uncontested, and Kagura just checking and the bushes and everything with her umbrella is another good thing. At the same time, from both the teams, I'm really impressed by that Kufra. The way he's initiating is really beautiful, and the way the entire team is following up is another thing to watch. At the same time, I really love that Aurora trying to poke and at the same time playing so safe. So, but I think the Matilda and the marksman need to watch their position. Look at that Matilda. She's literally trying to dive so back behind into the back lanes. Even though they are lagging at this point, they have that, you know, the deficit of gold. So they should just play under the turrets. They should group together and try to. And Kufra jumping in using his ultimate, stunning that Aurora. But I think she will be taken down by that Martis, even though she uses her ultimate. I don't think so it will be any useful, and that damage coming from the Brody he has farmed. I think this game again will be utterly dominated by ERV, just like the previous game. Do you think, Ray, that the Troopers has any chance in this game?
I feel really sad, but I feel like the Team Troopers just do not have any hope left because their marksman is not bad at all. We are seeing the engage coming in, but as you can see, even the Kagura is able to take down that Matilda so easily without any hassle because all of them are so fed right now. Like they have taken all the turtles, they have even taken down the Lord. So the gold gap, we can see it is a 6,000 gold deficit from the side of Troopers, despite the Aura playing really well in the early game, securing the shutdown, securing the kills. She's just not enough. She cannot do everything alone. Hayabusa is not being effective in this game because all of the members of Team ERV are just sticking together. So Hayabusa's ultimate Ugi Shadow Kill is just useless at this point, and Hayabusa cannot even push because the rotation from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie is way too fast for him to respond. He cannot really take down the body who probably has the Wind of Nature at this point. So I think this might be a one-sided game, and Team Ethereal Reverie has learned from their mistake of the last game, and they are not rushing in. They are not going inside the turret at this point. They are waiting for the next Lord, and we might actually see the Kufra. No. Yes, they have learned from the mistake of the first game, and they will not be diving inside the turret against the Aura, who has that phrase, and they will be waiting for the next slot, which will be coming in a few seconds, and they might be taking it to take the victory with them, because the team troopers will probably not be able to make a comeback, as the carry barely has any farm under her name.
Well, I agree with you that carry is like her KDA is 030 and ERV is just way better with that team synergy and combat. That ultimate from ball from Kufra, but he, like Minstar, also tries to hook them back, but Brody comes in with his ultimate and takes that Aurora down. The Lord has spawned, and Aurora going down, one of the major members of Troopers, is not a good thing because uh, even before, even though they were not in that position to contest for the Lord, now they do not have even the hope of that contesting. And at the same time, we see that Carrie trying to split push, but I think she will just be recalling because she knows she doesn't have that farm, and the way ERV is rotating is brilliant, so she would be caught in a matter of seconds. So Ray, what do you think?
Indeed.
Will they be able to defend?
I think this might not be an easy defend for the side of Team Troopers, as the Lord hasn't even marched in, and their inhibitors are already being attacked by the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. If Ethereal Reverie shows really good discipline, they might be able to take down the inhibitor easily as well as the Nexus, but the engage will be coming in soon. The Aura has already respawned. The Kufra is charging in with the Tyrant's Rage, and looks like he didn't really catch anyone. Oh, Minsita charging in with the King's Calling. Kufa uses his ultimate, the Aura charging in with her freeze, and I think we might be seeing the mistake that was Team Troopers was looking for so far, and that is the same thing that happened just now. They charged in onto that Aura freeze, and they were taking that turret damage, and they will be taken down. But overall, I think it is a win for the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, because all of the inhibitors are already down. In 90 seconds, the Luminous Rod will be coming, and I think they will be able to end, as the base of Team Troopers is completely naked without any defense left for their side. What do you think, Asaya?
Well, I agree with you, and we see that Hayabusa being a bit confident, but he has his shadows to just dash out, and at this point, they're just trying to clear the lanes. Well, if you ask me, I think that Hayabusa will be taken down. As I said, he was too overconfident. He was just charging ahead without knowing that they lack damage. That Kagura has, a pretty good build at this point. This has become the late game, or almost the mid game, where Kagura's damage comes from all the things her equipments. And one thing which I have noticed here is that that Matilda is pretty useless, because I think they needed a better tank, a CC tank, because this meta is ruled by CC, and look at the damage coming from that Kagura. But what do you think, Ray? Will this be the end?
Oh my god, this looks like it might be a really big mistake from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie, who just charged in without a Lord onto that base. I think they thought that they would be able to end with that enhanced minions, but they were completely wrong, as the Aura Freeze landed onto 4 people, and they just lost 2 of their very crucial members, Dark on Quack on that body, as well as that Zephyr on that Mensitar. I think that was a really reckless move coming in from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. I'm not sure why do they have this this thing to do. Why do they keep charging in like blind? The Lord was up already. They could have taken the Lord and ended, but this game will be dragging on again, as Hayabusa is already taking down that Lord. But the Martis is, being a little sneaky, waiting in that bush. And why isn't Matilda taking on this bush? I do not really understand. And this might be a sneaky Lord coming in. Hakufa charging in already. Hayabusa will be taken down and will be punished for not checking that bush. And I think this will be an easy Lord to the side of Martis, who takes down. Kerry is also taken down by that Kagura, and despite making that fatal mistake in the middle by the Minsitar as well as the Brody onto that lane, they are able to take down majority of the members of Team Troopers, and I think we might be seeing an end of this journey for Team Troopers, as there's only 2 people left to defend as all the enhanced minions are coming in. Minster looking in a really odd position right now as he was almost taken down, but Aura Kufra charging in with that Tyrant Rage, and Marius will just be securing that kills, and the Nexus has been taken down as Team Ethereal Reverie shows their dominance over the Team Troopers, securing their victory, securing their position in the quarterfinals of Vortex Esports Championship Season 2. What a domination from the side of Team Ethereal Reverie on both games, and I really, really hope that Team Troopers will be coming back, to us in more tournaments, and they do improve on their marksman and tanker positioning, because I think it was really, really off this game, and it made them lose this victory to the side of Team Ethereal Reverie. What is your analysis on this, Asuya?
Well, I completely agree with you. Just that, even though that Aurora's gameplay was amazing, the thing they were lacking was that synergy between the teams. The only synergy I saw there was between Terizla and Aurora. The way they were chaining their CC was very, a sight to behold. But the marksman and Matilda couldn't use that window of opportunity their mage and fighter were providing them. And at the same time, the team, like the enemy, was just sticking together, so Hayabusa didn't have that opportunity to take someone down, because Hayabusa is a hero. He has that mobility, but his damage comes only when he locks on to a single target. His damage comes when the entire team is doing well and he is fed. That's how I think troopers lacked a bit of synergy. And as you said before, I hope to see them in the next tournaments and so. And
Yes.
congratulations to ERV. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for now. We will be signing off.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere, because there is another game between the really, really strong and excellent teams. If you have watched our streams, you know that Demonic Waves have made their presence known in this tournament, and they will be going against Team Shadow Reapers on a game series of best of 3. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, with another game.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Fighting for, no one would ever know your name. Who are you waiting for? No one would be there to save you. You would be alone when hope was gathering together with the sun. Even though your back's to the wall. One strike, go cut the monkey mind. Your blade swing one time. When clouds have cleared, sunlight can shine. One strike, the fight is yours. Now fill with your sword. There's endless power once you start. Never lose your heart. Tonight is dark and the shadows are deep. Who can protect the world? A light of hope shines in the dark. One strike, I swear by people's side. Keep faith just one time. I'm gonna light up all the fires. One strike, for my desire, a light up so bright. Inside the power in my heart, I'll defend the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our special anniversary version preview. Today, we're thrilled to showcase a ton of new content coming in the patch. So, let's jump right in. First up is Battlefield Draft, MLBB's latest event that will implement temporary battlefield modifiers based on your votes. Each modifier effect slightly alters the battlefield rules. For instance, with the Super Entourage effect, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane. These diverse gameplay effects will challenge your hero selection and game strategy. We hope to make MLBB fresh and exciting for players new and old, and provide new gameplay experiences throughout the season. Meet Suyo, a wandering exorcist from Juan, who wields the power of the immortal Nuo. He's a versatile hero who can switch between assassin and fighter roles on the fly. Each of his skills are essentially 2 skills that can be tapped or held to unleash completely different effects. We can't wait to see the brilliant plays you will achieve with him in-game. We've added additional visual indicators for some hero skills, so players can more accurately see where the skills will land. We've also optimized the visual indicators for certain skills, making them clearer and easier to identify. In addition, we've optimized the attack recovery animations for marksman heroes, making their basic attacks more fluid and improving kiting overall. This time around, we've optimized the underlying logic to make hero movement much more responsive. This change should make actions like stutter stepping much smoother in the future. We understand the login experience wasn't great for players on less powerful devices, which is why we've redesigned the login process and optimized our code to make login faster and reduce other login issues. That wraps up our anniversary version preview. We hope everyone will have a blast with all the new content. And we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Battlefield Draft is an exciting new event coming soon to MOBA Legends Bang Bang. This event will introduce temporary battlefield modifiers throughout the season that you get to vote on, and each of these modifiers will add or alter certain battlefield mechanics. For example, with the Super Entourage modifier, the Lord will summon 3 super minions when pushing a lane, making it easier for your team to demolish the enemy's turrets and base. Another modifier, River Surge, will greatly extend the duration of the River Current movement buff and create a river current before the Lord spawns and when he is slain, increasing mobility around the river in the mid to late game. The Healing Turret modifier will make turrets grant HP regen to nearby allied heroes, reducing early game downtime and encouraging more aggressive play. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more temporary battlefield modifiers coming in the future, so stay tuned! First, get votes by completing tasks. Then head to the voting interface to cast your votes, and don't forget to claim your rewards. The battlefield modifier with the most votes at the end of each voting stage will be implemented. Once live, the modifier will be displayed in the ranked lobby and during draft pick. We hope these temporary battlefield modifiers will give NLVP a refreshing change of pace and provide new experiences for players throughout the season. Enjoy the new Battlefield Draft.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Fighting for, no one would ever know your name. Who are you waiting for? No one would be there to save you. You would be alone when hope was gathering together with the sun. Even though your back's to the wall. One strike, go cut the monkey mind. Your blade swing one time. When clouds are cleared, sunlight can shine. One time, the fight is yours. Stop it with your sword. This endless power once you start. Never lose your heart. Tonight is dark and the shadows are deep. Who can protect the world? A light of hope shines in the dark. One strike, I swear by people's side. Keep faith just one time. I'm gonna light up all the fire. One strike, for my desire, a light up so bright.
Your team is banning.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Vortex Esports Championship. This is the third match of the day, and I am your caster, Asuya. I am pretty excited to witness this match of best of three between Demonic Waves and Shadow Reapers. Well, the caster joining me would be here in some time, so please be patient. Well, moving on ahead towards the bands, we see Bunny band coming. Well, this is a pretty weird band if you ask me, because maybe it was because they have done their homework and the SDR is pretty good with a Fanny there. Well, because Fanny is pretty hard to play and she can
Feed,
easily be countered by
destroy,
a Kufra,
and
by a
conquer.
Mincetar, or she can even be locked down by a Ruby or even a Saber or Eudora. So I don't see a Fanny ban much often in any tournament unless it's the result of some homework done by any one of the teams. Moving on ahead, we see a Hayabusa and Zask
I
ban
will protect
incoming.
you.
Well, if you ask me, a Lolita has also been banned, so I believe there could be an edit ban incoming, because recently, also after the optimization edit received, she has become pretty good to use. So, and Lolita is a perfect counter for Edith along with Aurora because she can just freeze her. So I think an Edith
Butterflies
should be
born
banned
by thy
or
wish,
picked. I
guided
really do not
by
know. But
lantern's
at the same
light.
time, we still have those priority bans like Zushin. Even though she was slightly nerfed, she still remains on that list of heroes who will be banned along with that Sask. Well, so many meta heroes are still open, like Chip, although he recently received a bit of nerf so that his support capabilities are a bit reduced. So, and Ling is open, Minsatar is open, Ruby is also open, so Aurora is open, and even Vexana and Julian, all of these heroes are yet to be there. So, I do not
Still
know
waters run
that.
deep.
Yes, and the link has been banned. Well, unless you can get that one hero who can lock down to that link, I don't. I think Link is a pretty hard of an assassin to deal with. So I don't know what could be the like priority bans here. Maybe a Ruby, maybe a Edith, as I mentioned before. It could even be a Vexana or an Aurora or even a Hylos, since he is also yet to be banned. So both the teams are taking their own
I
sweet
see
time, and
lots
a
of
Roger
gray.
has been picked. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger just received a bit of, nerf so that his potential is toned down. But when it comes to the late game, I still see him perform the same as
Carriers
before. Especially if
of the
Roger is paired
Birthright.
with an Angela, he can be a monster. And at the same time, we see a Terisla. Of course, he is still,
Pain
even after
is
the
the
slight
proof that I am
nerfs,
still
he is
alive.
still the king of the EXP lane. So Brody has been picked as the second pick. Well, I don't know why they would, give up on other picks like Aurora or even
As fleeting as a snowflake's breath, as timeless as a
Vexana and
glacier's
Xbox,
heart.
and they pick up that Brody. I have no idea. And at the same time, this mistake has cost them because Aurora and Xbox has been taken up by DW. And the third pick incoming from the side of SDR. I not sure what could be the pick. It could be a Julian maybe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that Aurora has been picked, so I don't think so an edit would be picked. At the same time, that Xbox pick, I really love how the blue team has grabbed onto all the best heroes out there, because that Xbox can just
To
go
live
behind
is to
the
trick the
backlines and no one
Reaper.
can even do anything to him at that point.
Horology is
He is
my
immune
craft.
during his
Dicky is my
ultimate,
name.
so he can take that Brody down if he tries to escape in low HP. And at the same time, we see a Faram is being picked. Well, a pretty weird pick if you ask me. I mean, he has that ultimate who can give that extra life to his teammates, but I have seen like Varam is being picked in all the tournaments, but whenever he was picked, it wasn't quite effective because this meta is being ruled by crowd control, and a mage like Vexana or Aurora or even Loi surpasses the team fight capability and gives that extra slight advantage to the other team, to your own allies. So, especially after that nerf, I think Faramis is a pretty weird choice here. I am seeing that SDR is not taking those meta picks which are available. Although I understand that Brody has that range, he can take out the enemy from pretty far, he can play at a safe position, his damage is amazing, he even has a stun, and that ultimate after all, after being stacked up, hits like a truck. But if you ask me, I am still there towards the side of DW. I really love their draft. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said, a chip has been picked. Although he was slightly nerfed, he still remains a pretty good option to be picked, especially the way he can treat the entire battlefield as his playground. It's and a Nolan being picked from the side of the blue team. Well, we already see Roger with a retribution there, so maybe some internal debating might be going on to like sending Roger onto the gold lane. So I we are still not sure if Nolan would be taking that hyper roll away. At the same time, they do not have a tank pick, so I think a Hylos or a Kuf, and they have gone for a Kufra. Well, Kufra is an amazing tank. From the very beginning of the game, he can charge into the turrets, and if your team follows up pretty well, it will be a predestined, absolute death for the person who was locked on by that Kufra. So yeah, at this point, I'm really loving the draft on the side of the blue team, but at the same time, you cannot underestimate the picks from the side of SDR. They have that Terizla, they have that Brody, especially the late game Brody is a monster. And to top of that, they have that Faramis who can give that extra life if the allies have gone low on their HP. And they have even picked a chip which could be, a turning point in the game. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, if you ask me, chip is like a double-edged sword. You can call your allies, but at the same time, the enemy can also pass through that portal. So I don't know how useful that chip will be here. And the fifth pick coming on is that Julian. He is a pretty, dominant pick. And ladies and gentlemen, my co-caster is finally back. I can take some room. I can get some room for breathing. So Ray, welcome back.
Thank you for welcoming back again. And seems like you were handling this solo really, really well. I see, like good job, like doing this for solo for so long. And I'm really, really sorry for my disappearance, ladies and gentlemen. I am back to be your caster with Asuya again, and I'm seeing the draft picks for both games. I did miss out on the band section, but that really doesn't matter as we are already seeing the finalized draft for both teams. And Asuya, can you introduce me to both teams? I do know that one of them is Demonic Waves, but I'm not sure which side they are on at.
Well, the demonic waves, they are on the blue side, and on the red side we have
Shadow Reapers.
Yeah.
Thank you for reintroducing me to the teams, and it makes things easier as I will be able to understand the draft of both teams. As I'm noticing, the team of Demonic Waves went for the Roger priority with the Xborg, Kufra, Nolan, and Aurora. So many meta defining characters on the side of Demonic Waves, but at the same time I'm noticing the chip Faramis combo on the side of Team Shadow Reapers, and I think their strength really lies on the 5-man ultimates because they have these heroes who utilize the most in 5-man ganks. So I think they might be having that advantage over Demonic Waves, but at the same time, the meta heroes on the side of Demonic Waves, I think, might be a little bit too much. What do you think? Because I believe the Xborg, Roger, as well as the Kufra Aurora combo is too strong. I think my co-caster will be joining us again soon, and I will be giving you the updates. And the first blood has already been taken by that Roger onto that body with the help of that Ufra. And I think both teams will just be waiting for that turtle engagement that will be coming on soon, as the turtle has already spawned in, and Julian has already taking it, but I think he might be not that fast enough to take it down as the Nolan Edge charging in. He is trying to go for the turtle, trying to take a sneaky steal, but Julian does secure it because Nolan was not able to approach in time. The engaging is coming from the Tesla, who dives in onto that Kufra, and he is able to successfully take down. I think Nolan will be punished for that engage as the team Shadow Reapers is actually leading on a little bit. Hello, Asaya, you're back?
Yes, I am. There was some technical issues. So, well, answering your previous question, well, I was pretty favored towards, the team composition of the blue team, but as I see now, the synergy of SDR is like pretty much better than DW, because I saw that beautiful engage coming from that Paramis pulling that Nolan back, and at the same time that flicker and ultimate combo coming from that Terisla. What a beautiful gank on their part. And like, just look at that chip. He is, as I said before, roaming the entire map like it is Battlefield, and then Kufra stunning and charging on the body, and he will be taken down at the same time. The entire team has been summoned by that chip, and Aurora has also taken that opportunity to arrive, but no, it will not be enough. And I see that Nolan trying to take on that Julian, and I think that Netherrealm coming from that Paramis, but I don't think so he'll be able to save that chip from dying. What a beautiful gank, and as I said before, what a double-edged sword that chip is. So, and that Roger has been taken down. It was too much of an overextension, and I think that Nolan will also be taken down due to his overextension. And yes, as I said, both the teams are overextending. What do you think, Ray?
I think that Nolan really bit slick because he was able to almost about to survive from that body's torn apart memory, but he ultimated on the wrong direction and towards the body instead, and he lost his life due to that fatal mistake he made. As a jungler, that is very crucial to stay alive and start snowballing, especially as the assassin of your team. We are seeing the body being again punished by the Tyrant's Rage from the Kufra, and Roger securing another kill. Roger is really prioritizing taking down that body because once the body is farmed, the torn apart memory can easily take down most of the teammates from the side of Demonic Wave. We see a turtle engage happening. Nolan actually uses the retribution a little bit too early on, and he loses the turtle to the Julian, who was able to secure it on time. And just like you said, the tip as well as the Faramis, we see an engage happening onto the top lane as that Kufra is getting charged in by that chip, but looks like he will be able to get away without any issues. And so far, the analysis of my both draft, I feel like the strength of the team Shadow Reapers lies on their team fights. They need to stick together, and at the same time, what Team Demonic Waves need to do is just wait it out. They need to bait that chip. They need to bait that Faramis, and once those ultimates are exhausted, they can easily dominate the game because they have that Aurora, they have that Kufra, and they even have the Xborg with that Firaga armor, who is almost near invincible. What do you think, Asaya?
Well, we see some small skirmish going on there, the top lane, but Chip, I think he will be punished, but no, he will just flicker out. And at the same time, Roddy couldn't take down that Roger escapes in low health again. And if we talk about, the EXP laners of both the teams, I am seeing that Terizla dominating that Xborg, even though that Terizla just received an early game nerf, he is still, he remains as the king of the EXP lane. At Xborg, even though he has his skills on cooldown and he's able to literally abuse the war axe, I didn't really expect this. But at the same time, we see some skirmish going on in the top lane, and Aurora uses her flicker and wastes that second skill, but she uses her ult and Kufra charges in. But at the same time, Chip uses his ultimate and Julian comes and takes that Roger down. But Roddy will also be taken down by that Aurora, but Julian takes that second kill on that Aurora, and only Kufra will be surviving. So I think the top lane inhibitor turret will also be going down. Well, Shay, what do you think? Like, Chip is summoning everyone inside, but the blue team is not coming up for health. I only see the red team just, following on Chip's ultimate. Why? Are they not aware?
I think they lack the communication to, like, I think they are not being told that, oh, that Chip has used the ultimate, please look for that portal. And they are, not responding on time as well. And they are losing those team fights because the strength lies on the Chip ultimate, the 5-man gank from the side of Shadow Reapers. If the team, Demonic Waves really want to win this game, they either need to find that Chip, take him down with their chain CC, so they cannot do any more 5-man, or maybe you take down the Faramis instead, or they will just have to play it safe until they have enough damage to not really care about any more 5-man ganks. But we are seeing the Xborg is prioritizing the Ice Queen 1 over the Immortality. I think Xborg really wants to go for the offensive side. Roger already buying that Thunder Belt, and not to mention Julian is also going for the Holy Crystal. A lot of aggression and strong itemization coming from both sides. Chip goes in for that Kufra but just pokes him away. I think the laners just swapped, but the side of Demonic Waves aren't really doing that. I think that might be a little bit of a mistake too. We are seeing Chip is trying to look for an engage, but he just backs away. What do you think will happen in the next few seconds as the Lord will be coming in soon? Do you think Nolan will be able to make a sneaky steal? But so far, Nolan has failed to take anything from that Julian, who is really on point with that retribution.
Well, I think, the synergy between SDR is much better than Demonic Waves. So I think if there is a contest for the Lord, most probably will be taken by SDR, and Kufra ulting on that Paramis, but he pops up his Red Realm and saves his teammate at the same time. That Aurora trying to flicker away but has been taken back by that Paramis. She uses a passive, so I think so she will be safe for now. And everyone retreating in low HP. Julian trying to, dive in and give that dish out that damage, but everyone has to retreat from the side of Demonic Waves. And as I said, this will be an uncontested or a free Lord for the side of SDR, and at the same time we see that Roger trying to split push as much as possible. And do you think that Nolan will be able to, away? Because he's so obvious about it.
He was, just like you said, he was way too obvious. He was not going from the bushes. He was visible with the minions. I think that was a really odd decision making from the side of Nolan. And Roger was able to successfully push that bot lane, but it would not be that useful for their side because the Lord is marching in from the top lane onto that second outer turret. And at this point, honestly, what they can, do, the team Demonic Waves, is actually split push, because I just remembered Chip received a nerf on his teleportation skill, and oh no, looks like Roger might be in a little bit of trouble. The whole team has been summoned on the bot lane. Kufra is trying to look for an engage. He does land his hand rage, but he just backs away as Brody is dealing so much tremendous amount of damage onto that Kufra as well as that Roger. Roger, forced to retreat, goes back to his fountain to regenerate his HP. Borg is doing a great job at stalling that Lord. He's trying to make sure the Lord does not come to that second outer turret, and he was really successful. And I think Nolan might be in a little bit of an awkward positioning, but Kufra charges in. That was a really great grab, but as he saw that none of his teammates were backing him, he just decided to go away and take a retreat. So far, I think only a very surprise like combination of that Aurora and Kufra can lead to a victory in a gang for the side of Demonic Waves.
Well, I agree with you, like demonic waves need to group up together and fight together because they have that Aurora and Kufra tries to charge in, but I think he will be punished for it. That Aurora uses her ultimate, freezes three people at once, but there is no one to back that Kufra off. As you said before, I think there is some lack of communication between the teams because I do not see proper follow ups to that Kufra. Like all the Kufras I have seen in this tournament before, they have been so, initiating so beautifully, but at the same time the success lies in the follow-ups by the team, and I see some skirmish there in the bot lane, but Xbox will just flicker away. Well, things are not looking good for demonic waves at this point, and I see that Nolan trying to split push and take that red buff away while his red buff is also being taken at the same time. I think like as I said before, they need to group up together, they need to have a better communication and follow up that Kufra on his charges. What do you think, Ray?
Yes, you are absolutely right. That Kufra used the flicker first skill on that engage, so there should have been a follow-up from the side of Team Demonic Waves, but it was only the Aurora who popped off her ultimate quite a little bit too late because there was just no follow-up from the side of Roger, the Xborg, or the Nolan. If this keeps going on and the miscommunications and the misengages keep happening, the team Shadow Reapers will just prioritize on all of those mistakes and they might be able to take this game one, ladies and gentlemen, as Julian is already taking the Lord. Borg is trying to charge in, going for a sneaky steal, but Julian's retribution is just way too strong. He is max level. He is having the full build already, and I think Borg will be severely punished for making that steal play and failing miserably at it. Borg is down. The Lord will be marching in soon. Nolan is trying to make a split push play, but it won't be enough because the enhanced minions from the Lord will be coming in soon. And I think he doesn't really have that much of a hope.
Well, if you ask me, I think the draft itself is a bit of problematic here. Although I see like demonic waves have grabbed on to that Aurora, they have grabbed on to that Xbox, but they are not able to utilize the heroes. Maybe instead of that Kufra, because the enemy didn't have many blink heroes, they could have just taken on a Carmilla. It could have been a pretty OP pick there, but we cannot say anything now. And Kufra charges in, but it will be useless as the turret itself has been taken down. And look at the damage from that Brody. Even one poke and even the tank's HP is literally draining down. And Xborg again trying to stall that Lord as it marches down from the top lane. So what do you think? Will they be able to defend this Lord, Ray?
I think this will be not. It will be a little bit of a difficult to defend, but they will be succeeding. I think the inhibitor might. Yes, it is taken down by the side of Shadow Reapers. Borg tries it in with that insanity, but he will be punished immediately, and two people being taken down, all five men charging in on the base, but they only have one card minion, so I think the team Shadow Reaper should just really retreat and not make any mistakes, because Brody looks like he might be in an odd position. He does pop up his Wind of Nature quite early on, but Roger decides to just go away. Oh my god, the damage from the torn apart memory alone was so much that Roger had to retreat. We are seeing they are playing really strong right now. They are wanting that base. They are hungry for it. They want the victory for this first game. Teresla charging in with that, and they are able to secure the first game. They get the match point. They secure the victory from Team Demonic Waves. Really great discipline coming in from the side of Team Shadow Reapers, who did not make any fatal mistakes, especially the Julian, who was dominating from beginning to the end. Look at him. He is the MVP with 0 deaths under his name. So really great synergy. And meanwhile, the side of Demonic Waves, they just, they were lacking in communication. There was just so many misengages happening. And I hope they fix it as we will be proceeding to a game 2. And we might be seeing a Chip or a Faramis ban next time. What do you think, Asaya, of this game?
Well, A chip ban, I think that could be there, but I don't think so. They will be banning a Faramis because, in this game, he was pretty useful. But at the same time, when Faramis uses his ult, it's most effective when the entire team sticks together. And if the enemy has something like Luoe, a Hanabi, or maybe a Carmilla, it could have been an utter disaster on the side of STR. But the Kufra pick here was what I think so. Not enough CC, and could that's what led to the downfall. And at the same time, that Xbox couldn't utilize his ultimate because of that Faramis. So we just need to wait and see which teams get the next kill or the next victory and who will be heading on. So ladies and gentlemen, we sign off for this match, but we will be coming for the next match, so don't go anywhere and stay tuned.
Absolutely, we'll be back for game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Target on the move. Prepare to engage.
May the Force be with you.
I will do what I must.
Fighting for no one would ever know your name. Who are you waiting for? No one would be there to save you. You would be alone when hope was gathering together with the sun. Even though your back's to the wall. One strike, go cut the monkey mind. Your blade swing one time. When clouds have cleared, sunlight can shine. One time, the fight is yours. Stop it with your sword. There's endless power once you start. Never lose your heart. Tonight is dark and the shadows are deep. Who can protect the world? A light of hope shines in the dark. One strike, I swear by people's side.
Hello, everyone, and we are back with game number 2 between the team Demonic Waves as well as team Shadow Reapers. As Shadow Reapers were able to absolutely dominate the first game towards the team Demonic Waves and not giving them any opportunity or giving them any mistakes to prioritize on, and they were able to secure the victory with the Luminous Lord immediately, resulting in a very early end from their side. And let's see what will happen on this second game, as they have already the match point to their side, and we see if Demonic Waves will be able to make a comeback and give us a game 3, or the side of Shadow Reapers would be way too dominating and they will be securing their position in the quarterfinals without a game 3. I'm back as your caster. I am Ray, and I'm joined by the beautiful voice Asuya again. Hey Asuya, how are you feeling, and what do you think is going to happen in this game, as we are already seeing the chip being banned out from the side of Team Demonic Waves?
Well, this is exactly what I was gonna point out because, like last game, like
Butterflies
Demonic Waves
born
must
by
have been
lightning.
traumatized by that chip,
Guard
so
it,
he
the
has been
lantern's
banned.
light.
And at the same time, we see a Zushin ban and a Lolita and Hylos too. So yeah, pretty much the meta bans. Even though the Zushin and Hylos have received some nerf along with that chip, we can still see how effective they are in a group fight, in a team fight. They can be the
Still
changing
waters run deep.
cards. So, and a Link has been banned too. And since Lolita has been banned, do you think Ray, Edith will be banned, or will she be picked, or there will be a Hayabusa ban?
Oh, just like you predicted, it is indeed a Hayabusa ban coming from the side of Demonic Waves. They do not want to give out that ninja and that Ugi Shadow King. I mean, they do lack the five-man synergy, so I think banning him out is the best option because he can, take prioritize on their solo mistakes that they can make while, trying to split push. So they will be banning that ninja out, but they do give out that Zas to the side of Team Shadow Reapers who prioritize it immediately. Despite a nerf on his Nightmaric spawn, he is still a very strong contender in this meta. His damage with the glowing wand and not to mention his non-stop lasers are just too much for many heroes to
I see
sustain.
lots
So
of
they will be
gray.
prioritizing on it. Demonic Waves locking on that Roger again. Will we see any changes from this Roger this time? Who will go to a gold lane again? It is. I know Roger is being played on gold lane a lot of matches, but personally, I prefer Roger to be on the jungle. What is your preference, Asaya?
Well, Roger has been, dominating the gold lane, but recently after his nerf, I
It's the
don't see
proof
him
that I'm
that
still
good in the
alive.
gold lane, especially in front of that Brody who has been picked again due to that advantage of range. But we again see an Xbox pick coming on from the side of demonic waves. But in the last game we saw that Xbox he couldn't execute his
Hope will find
skills
a way,
perfectly, but
even
at the
when
same
all is
time, since
forlorn.
Zask has already been picked, so there won't be any, chances for Faramis to come up. So maybe they are trying to use, that expert again because they know there won't be any Faramis. But at the same time, we see a Teresla has also been given away. But a Vexana pick could
True
be a
love
really good pick
is
here
your
because
team is
she
banning.
has that damage. She has that chain CC for that Teresla. She can even give that extra damage to minions, especially that Zask Nightmare spawn. So demonic waves could be at a better position in this draft till now. What do you think, Ray?
Sniper ready. Give me a target.
Well, honestly, like I do see a bit of a change of strategy coming from the side of demonic waves. Just like I said, I prefer Roger going that jungle because Roger really needs that cooldown reduction as well as the true damage from those blue and sorry the purple and the red buff. So going for jungle is the most optimal choice in my opinion, and I think demonic waves are
Virology is
going to be
Minecraft
trying that
team. Thank you,
strategy out for
Banning.
themselves as Roger has changed his spell to retribution. So I'm really curious to see if this Roger will be able to perform better this game. And one thing that you mentioned in the last game is that instead of a Kufra opting for a Carmilla, since the enemy is engaging five men all the time, Carmilla is a complete counter for a five-man engage as most of the enemies will be linked and they will be taking damage all together. Not to mention the Louis as well. So the Louis not being picked, but the Vexana has also been picked, which is a really good combo with the Carmilla. So I do not really understand why the team of Demonic Waves decided to ban her out instead of going for her. Perhaps they thought that they will be
Chivalry is
like
dead,
she will be
and
prioritized
I
on the
will
side
revive it.
of Team Shadow Reapers, and they did not want to give it out. But just like you said, Carmilla is just an amazing hero to go against people who stick together all the time. And I also see a
Swivel!
Leslie
Swing!
ban from the side of Team,
Flash!
Shadow Reapers. I think it is a
Not
respect ban,
bad.
and they do not want to give out that Leslie user to give her out because she's her late game damage with the Sky Piercer is really, really insane. And we are seeing a Fanny pick also coming in from the side of Team Shadow Reapers. Quite a strong lock in. What tank do you would you recommend? Personally, I think going for a Franco would be a good option to stop Fanny immediately, but at the same time, Franco lacks the AoE cross control to stop any of the heroes. And we see the Kufra being locked again. Do you think Kufra is in a better position this time, considering there is no chip, there is no Faramis, and there is a Fanny for him to lock onto?
Well, I was just about to say this that a Kofra pick in this situation could have been a brilliant pick, and yes, they have capitalized on that last pick to take that Kofra. But at the same time, I believe even an Atlas pick could have been a pretty good here. What do you think, Ray?
Honestly, yes, indeed. I mean, it is hard to catch Fanny, especially with the Pirate's Rage, because she is so mobile. Unless she's setting up really good ambushes, I think Fanny won't be caught that well enough. I think an Atlas would have been really well because the enemies would be forced to use Purify instead of the Flicker, which would give advantage to the X-Borg who will be using that Flicker last Insanity combo. So I think that was a better, option available to the side of Team Demonic Waves, just like you suggested. But I think it doesn't really matter at this point as they have already locked down the Kufra. And we are heading on to the land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Match point for both teams. If Team Shadow Reapers is able to secure this victory, they will be getting their position on to the quarterfinals. Unless it is denied by the Team Demonic Waves, if they win, we will be proceeding to a game 3 between both teams. What do you think of both of the drafts so far, Asuya? Personally,
Well,
I think that both teams have a balanced draft this time, and I'm really curious to see how it will go.
and as you speak, we already see that Kufra charging, trying to charge onto that Brody, but Minotaur has seen that there are enemies around, so he goes there to support his marksman. And Kufra is charging again. Will he charge? And yes, he charges onto, but that Minotaur. And I think this is too much early into the game yet, and both the teams should just play safe. And we also see that Roger has already taken his red buff and he's heading on. He's level 4. So will Kufra charge again? And yes, I see him charging, but he cancels his charge yet again. Well, and at the same time in the EXP lane, we see that this time both the heroes, it's the same EXP laners as before, but it's this time Xborg is kind of dominating on that terrace line. We see that Fanny trying to jump in and Kufra using his charge, and Fanny won't be able to go in for the same reason. Like, literally both the teams are pretty even at this point. The goal is also almost the same, and look at that Xbox trying to cut the lane, and at the same time we see that Minotaur charging onto that Roger, and Fanny goes in and she will be taking the first blood. What a miscalculation on their part. What do you think, Ray? As Turtle has also spawned, was this the right thing to do?
Roger really made a mistake diving in onto the exhaust this early game because he does not have that damage, and the Nightmare spot was up cutting in with that last Insanity and the Flicker combo. Minotaur were just barely surviving, but he will be taken down by that Xbox. Fanny really prioritizing taking the squishes down from the side of Team Demonic Waves. Fanny really showing off her dominance this time, especially with the Cutthroat as well as the Blades combo from her side. I think giving out that first blood to Fanny in the early phase was a really big mistake to the side of Roger. And we even see the gold lane being lost from the side of Demonic Waves. Looks like the domination is already coming in too strong. Roger is trying to go for a sneaky steal, but will he succeed? Oh no, Minotaur is already using the Minion Fury, and he will be taken down as well as that Kufra, as Fanny just secures the turtle really happily because her team is completely dominating the Demonic Waves, who were not even able to approach Fanny or touch even a single strand of hair. Fanny proceeding to take her buff as she is leading with 3 kills under her belt already on a bounty on this early phase of the game. It was expected, but with the Kufra, I did think that perhaps they will be able to stop her. But looks like this game is also going an utter domination to the side of Shadow Reapers.
Well, I completely agree with you, and that was the reason why. And Kufra charges onto that Brody, and Clint trying to dish out some damage, but it won't be enough. And we also see the Vexana there trying to. Will she be able to connect? But no, I think Minotaur will be taken down, and yes, that Clint takes that kill. Like, this was a pretty good gank, and Kufra charging in again to check that bush and using his ultimate. Will Rask be taken down? And yes, a double kill for that husband, but at the same time, Fanny trying to take that kill on the Kufra, but Kufra successfully escapes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty fair trade on the side of both the teams. It's been 4 minutes into the game, and look at the scoreboard. Even though there is only a goal lead of 1k, but there is a skill difference of around 8-3, and I think not much will be happening now. Both the teams will just be waiting for the turtle to spawn. And Fanny trying to take on to that Vexana. I think she's extending, but no, she takes the kill and successfully escapes. What a beautiful performance from the side of that Fanny, and Kufra trying to charge in, but I think that Zas will use his ultimate to escape. On to you, Ray.
Yes, thank you for that great analysis of the events that were unfolding between the top lane as well as the bot lane. The Kufra really showing his dominance this time, but I think he might get punished. No, he does use the passive to heal himself back. I think the mistake on the top lane did cost them a little bit of the momentum, because that's standing really oddly on that bush, and Kufra prioritized it on it and used the Tyrant's Rage to lock on that Zask, who was taken down really easily. Zask was forced to use the ultimate on the mid lane as well by that Kufra. Kufra is really playing good this time, as there are no distractions, there are no farmers, but Penny charging in, trying to use the cutthroat onto the marksman, but the marksman charges it in a way. Did I see a conceal play coming in? Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it was the conceal play coming in from that Kufra. Really great save from that Fanny to the marksman, and we are seeing Fanny trying to take that hurdle, and the team of Shadow Reapers is doing a really good job trying to stop the Rogers from coming in. Kufra is trying to look for a really good position, but looks like oh no, Fanny's retribution is just really good, and she was able to secure it without any hassle. Vexana positioning really needs to be taken into consideration, because there is a Fanny in her enemy, and she is getting prioritized by that cutthroat from that Fanny. And we see the engage happening, and Teresa just really dominating the export right now. Roger is just not able to do much on this game. Oh my god, they are just fighting at the sliver of HP. Fanny coming in, takes the monster kill onto that Kufra. This Fanny showing sheer dominance over the team of demonic waves, not giving them any opportunities, and the recall cons coming in from their side.
Well, if you ask me, that Kufra, he knows that Fanny is utterly dominating the entire game, so he should, save his ultimate, he should save his second skill for that Fanny, but instead, I see him using all of that for that Brody, and that's how I think this is a change in priority could be something, a game changer for the side of demonic waves. And I see that Kufra charging again, and look at that Brody recalling in front of both the people, and I see there will be a gank in the top lane, and Minotaur trying to charge in, and he uses his ultimate, and Vexana is just right behind, and Trask will take down the marksman Clint at the same time, and I think that Kufra will also be taken down. What a beautiful synergy, what a beautiful gang. And even in the previous game, we saw the same gameplay, even though they were a bit, reserved in the early game. But as soon as they get a little bit of the farm, as soon as they go around that 7 minutes of the game, SDR literally is unstoppable. Their synergy, their follow-ups, it's very beautiful to watch. And I see that turret will also be taken down, and Fanny also charging in. So, Ray, on to you.
I think the domination from Fanny would be too much. I mean, look at her, she's charging in on the marksman right in front of the Kufra, who just is helpless. He is not able. Oh, Zask is already using the Nightmare Spawn to use the marksman is forced to use that flicker to escape away. Borg is already on the top lane trying to help his team defend from any oncoming barrages from the side of Team Shadow Reapers, who are just not showing any mercy. They are also even taunting with the emote and recalls, which is really fun to see. Roger is trying to just get farm from clearing out the lanes as well as the buffs, but he is just so behind from that Fanny in terms of the kills as well as the domination. Kufra is trying to charge in on that Charisma, but will it be really avail? They are trying to go for Charisma charging in with that penalty zone on to 4 people. The Kufra flickers away. The Xbox uses the last insanity. They are trying to get back. They are retreating, and they successfully retreat onto their base as none of them are taken down. There are no casualties from both sides, at least so far, as Fanny will be taking that blue buff as she prepares for the Lord to come onto the mid lane. This is the first Lord of the game. Since it's not Luminous, I hope that the teams will be singing their lanes and trying to prioritize a few of the inhibitors and the shields, as the top lane already does not have the shield because they pushed in really well from the side of Demonic Waves.
Well, I think they will be able to defend this Lord, but at the same time, I think that Xbox doesn't have damage in this game either. I do not understand what's the reason for such low damage from that Xbox, even though he's such a good hero. And I have seen in this tournament Xbox utterly dominating, and he pops off his ult, but it's useless because everyone just flickers away. Terisla using his ultimate to flicker away. Like I said, that Xbox needs to utilize his skills much better for the team. I don't see his skills of any use over here. What do you think, Ray?
That last insanity was used in the air and did not hit anyone, and I think that is the mistake. They do have the good heroes onto their side, but they are not able to land it properly. The Kufra is really playing well, but he's not able to lock down onto that Fanny, which is the one that matters the most. He did try to lock onto that Brody multiple times in the early game, but Brody was smart. He prioritized that Wind of Nature, so Roger as well as that Clid could not take him down, and that's why he does not have a single death under his name so far. Really great discipline coming from this team of the Shadow Reapers, who have only lost Zask and Minotaur twice to the side, and finally charging in, trying to look for an enemy to go into the cutthroat. Kufra uses the bouncing ball skill onto the enemy, and I think both teams will be playing safe for now because I think Fanny does not want to make any mistakes. This is what I really like from the side of Shadow Reapers, because look at the score, 16-3. They are dominating so much. They have so much gold onto the side. They have so much damage. They have so much CC, but they are not making any rash decisions. They are playing it safe. They are waiting for the objective, and they will be fighting only for that objective, as they are just playing it safe. Look, Fanny is not even trying to split force. She's just trying to take down the jungle and trying to get the farm. Really great discipline and communication from the team Shadow Reapers, showing their dominance over the team of Demonic Waves.
Well, I completely agree with you. Like I said, their synergy is pretty well. Especially that Minotaur, he uses his ultimate at the nick of time, saving everyone. Every time I see him use his ultimate, there are at least 4 people locked on to that CC. Meanwhile, Kufra is just trying to charge on that Brody, who is literally saved by all his teammates. And I really love how they are ganking, how they are synergizing. Just look at them just emoting at this point, because I think this game will also be taken away by SDR unless demonic waves just stay into their base, and there is a beautiful, surprise combo coming from that Kufra and the Vexana chain CC. I don't see any hope left for them. They just need to sit back in their base and defend. That is the only thing I think they can do right now. So what do you think, Ray?
The Lord is indeed marching down on the mid lane, and just like you said, the only thing they can really do right now, they are popping off the recalls because they are also trying to have fun. Well, that is the smooth, the beautifulness of these games. You should try to have fun. You should, enjoy the environment that the both teams have created. And Kufra is trying to engage the mid lane. Inhibitor will be taken down immediately. The Lord is still full on HP. Terizla charging in with the penalty zone. Minotaur uses the Minion Fury, fending with the cutthroat onto the Vexana. Oh my god, so many resources being used left and right, but I think Fanny will be punished for a little bit of that overextension. Roger with that CSA mode, and finally a kill under his name. The Lord is still charging in onto that base, but they are able to defend it really well. But Brody has just arrived onto that scene. Who is dishing so much damage? Brody might be a little... Oh no, Brody going for that Venicity kill, and he uses a flicker onto that Nexus, taking down the base and securing the victory as well as the spot on the quarterfinals. Oh my god, what a beautiful synergy and gameplay from the side of Team Shadow Reapers, who just dominated from the beginning to the end. Even at the end, when I thought that perhaps they will be able to defeat, take down the Lord and defend the base really, really well. Brody arrived at the scene late, and he used the Rose Gold as well as the Wind of Nature and flickered onto that base to take it down, Benny Cutie style. What beautiful gameplay and synergy coming from the side of Shadow Reapers. What do you think, Asaya?
Well, I totally agree with you. I really love their synergy. I really love their, follow ups. I really love how they protect their marksmen. I love everything about them at this point. And at the same time, talking about like DW, I see that Xbox was even in this game not able to do any damage. And even though that Clint, he was trying to dish out some damage, and Clint actually gives out that true damage, but still he didn't have that much impact in the entire game because the jungler itself couldn't do anything. At the same time, I saw that Vexana missing priority targets. I saw her missing her chain CC, and that Kufra not being able to lock down onto that Fanny was another major mistake on that point. Their synergy wasn't good, their rotation wasn't good either. I only saw that Kufra playing well. So, Ray, what do you think?
Yes, indeed, I absolutely agree. There are so many mistakes made from the side of Team at Demonic Waves, and I hope they prioritize on, improving on those mistakes. There was a lot of miscommunication from their side, and I hope that they will fix on them, and we will see them again in future tournaments. And so for now, I will be congratulating the Team Shadow Reapers for their positioning, taking that spot on the quarterfinals, and I hope to see them, I hope to see them play even better in the quarterfinals because I have really high expectations of this team. They have impressed me with their lane synergy as well as the team communication. Really great gameplay. Anyways, that will be all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as this was our last game series for tonight. We'll be bidding you farewell. This is me, your pastor, Ray. Good night from my side. You can say hello to another greeting to them as well, Asaya.
Good night, everyone. Stay tuned for the quarterfinals and good night.